Welcome, everybody, to episode number 87 of the Dragon's Den podcast. We are live and on the air after a week off last week for the Easter holiday. We hope you guys had a great holiday weekend celebrating however you may be that you do. My name's Eric Hopkins, a.k.a. Jill, joined tonight by Spoopy the Great. Brandon on the top right. We got Miranda Nicole on the bottom right. And, of course, our Happy Meal collected toy collector, Matthew, down at the bottom left. We found out so, yeah, he's got who? Mario, Yoshi, and Bowser? Is that
yeah, Princess Peach too.
Princess Peach as well, apparently. So.
I just want to point out that I woke up today and people were still saying Happy Easter because apparently in Russia they are celebrating this weekend.
Oh, okay.
Or
yes.
Easter.
Right on. Well, Happy Easter to our Russian friends if you're getting this.
I didn't know. Like
I was confused.
Didn't know it was separate. Like I had no idea.
I did, but I didn't.
Well, I mean,
it confuses me because nobody celebrates Easter the same day every year anyway. So, like,
yeah, that's weird to me. Like, it always falls on a different weekend here in the States for some strange reason.
Nobody can explain why.
Yeah, I don't quite know either. Like Christmas is always December 25th. Why is it a different day every year? I have no idea. But yeah, I mean, it might have something to do with Resurrection Day. I know like Ascension Day is another different, like 40 days after.
Yeah,
I don't know. It may have something to do with. I don't know.
Yeah. I got this really cool item. I just want to point this out. I did before the show started. It's an ornament.
For
it has the IU National Championship on it.
Okay.
And it has every win this season so far, including the Ohio State one where the guy missed the field goal.
Listen, I can't. You know what, Matt? I'm gonna let you have it. I'm not about to.
I told you, Eric, I was in a mood.
Enjoy while you can.
I texted Eric 3 days ago, and I said this is going to be an interesting Friday night because I told Eric I was in a mood.
Well, we've got 2 weeks of comments and things to get off our chest, so that's why I kind of figured you were
Fight.
What?
Fight.
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 Fight. Okay, I got you. He just said slowly.
I'm not about to do this.
I'm sure there'll be plenty of things we get into tonight because, like I said, we got 2 weeks worth of pro wrestling to talk about, a little bit of movie news. We got some sports, not quite as much sports tonight, but we got quite a bit of news and politics. So much so that there's no way I could even possibly get through all of that in the news and politics tonight. So there may be a couple things we may just kind of speak about kind of quickly because I didn't have time to get all the different stories for that. I have enough for sure, but there was like Matt mentioned, he was talking to me last week before Easter. He's like, why is it every time we have a podcast or we don't have a podcast, I should say, like everything, all the news breaks. So it's like that week. It's like, of course,
yeah.
Of course,
well, GART is happening this weekend in Nashville, and it's like every time they're together, something crazy happens too. So get ready for that. I don't know what.
Say GART?
Yeah, Great American Restoration Tour. It's what Badlands puts on. They have 4 a year, and hopefully one day we all get to go.
Where's it at this time?
Nashville.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah,
and then they have one in Vegas.
Ooh.
And
cities.
well, I can't think of the other one, Brandon, the one up north.
The one in Deadwood?
Yes, Deadwood. It's like an old west.
Yeah, it's like this old western thing. It was pretty cool.
Wicked, wow, that kind of western. We got Mike in the chat. He said, again, Matt, the way I see it, we IU fans got until September to celebrate, and then it's a whole new season. I agree. Yeah, I think it's kind of like, it's IU's championship until someone else comes along and basically takes it, so to speak. But they may have to beat them to do it.
The spring game tickets are sold out.
Oh, I'm sure it'd be like
tomorrow
to get an IU football ticket next year. Of
course. I love how the media goes. Charlie Becker's hurt, so the media might go, "Oh my God, Charlie Becker, he's going to miss the season next year. Oh God, what are they going to do?" It's the spring game.
Yeah,
this is his way of saying I don't have to play.
We lost a lot of guys last year too, and we ended up.
But I'm just saying it quit. The season ain't started yet.
Yeah. Well, you know how those boo birds are going to be, those naysayers out there.
Yes.
Cup of haters, as an old wrestler used to say.
Well, did you hear, Matt, how old are you?
I'm 29.
Okay, you're old enough. You don't have to worry about that, draft that's coming.
Yeah, I will miss it completely.
Yeah, there ain't no draft coming. I know what Brandon's trying to say.
I know.
Oh, are you talking about that crap that came out about them making every eligible person? That makes them eligible. That doesn't make them.
Well, and here's the thing, Matt. Nothing's really changed. It's just now you don't have to sign paperwork. They're just doing it automatically for you.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed.
Yeah,
It's
do it for
They
me,
did that
please. I
to
don't
me
have
when
to
I
take-
came
what
out
do
of
I
high
take,
school,
Dave?
too.
Yeah. Every 18-year-old male has to register for the draft when they turn 18.
Yeah,
now they're
I
just
had to when I
now they're
turned
just doing it
18.
automatically, and so nothing's changed. But the media wants to
I
say,
had-
"Oh, they're making them register." They already are.
I remember when I remember when I got home. I remember it was fucking funny because my mom is the one who brought me the paper. It was an envelope that had like this red thing on it for me to enlist for the draft or whatever. And I had to fill out, I don't know, it was like 3 or 4 fucking pieces of paper I had to send back. And then
It's probably all electronic now.
Yeah, it was a pain in the ass to fill all that shit out to send it back. But then
when they said it was going to be automatic starting December of this year, I'm just like, so you're just cutting out the middleman and take away all the paperwork, get rid of all that waste, fraud, abuse, as they say.
Yeah.
That sounds like something you don't need to necessarily have to do because everybody's going to do it, or you go to
Am
jail.
I lagging at all?
I don't think so.
Okay, good.
I think when I did it, all I had to do was just hit accept or just mark accept and then send it back to them.
No,
Aaron, your picture has changed.
I had to fill out
No, it
some
hasn't.
paperwork.
Yeah, it has.
I don't think so.
It's been that way.
He looks weird.
It's cartooned or animated there.
Oh,
so yeah.
Okay.
There's no shot, Matt.
Wait, you thought he was?
Yeah. Well, I can't see it well on mine.
Well, maybe get your monitor to work. You'll notice it. He's on his phone.
Yeah, I'm getting. I got a monitor.
He does. He's upgraded a little bit. He was showing me before the show. He's got a keyboard and a monitor now, so now he just needs a computer to go with it.
Yeah, I'm upgrading my stuff.
Maybe a mouse would help and all that sort of thing. But, he's getting there. He's getting there.
Yeah.
I think my cats are murdering each other in the other room. It's okay.
That's what cats do, brother.
Yeah,
There was wrestling going on in the kitchen earlier when I was there.
Oh yeah. Oh man, that's some good times right there. Watching two cats just go at it. Yeah,
dude, these cats, like between Zyker and Thor, it's like I know that they're siblings, but like they beef. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they ain't got no problem jumping Oscar because like they made that shit known. Oscar came out one time, and he ran up on, I think it was Zyker. And Thor walks up beside him like, "Yo, this ain't no one-on-one shit over here, homie."
Get a triple threat going on there with the cats. For sure. Well, speaking of wrestling, you want to get into the world of wrestling? What we got going on?
Because I got something to say about what everybody's bitching about too.
Okay, well, that's it. Yeah, trust me. I'm sure it's our opening.
I think we all have something to say about
and I want to get Brandon's perspective on this because there was obviously people seeing it a certain way, and I don't necessarily know if that's the way they should be looking at it. So let's take a look at it here. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into it. All right. So as always, every single show, we like to start out with a little pro wrestling since that's something that I grew up on. I know this week marked the 34th anniversary of WrestleMania 8 that I went to as a 10-year-old kid. So that was a bit of an old moment. But at the same
you old, man.
yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Brayden, I think he just has a better memory than you because you're not that much younger than him.
I was going to say.
The concussions are real.
Yeah, yeah, all them chair shots to the head. But yeah, I think the topic that Brandon was alluding to was, of course, the big topic in the world of WWE. Pat McAfee was inserted somehow into one of the main events at WrestleMania. A lot of speculation is about what happened here. We got Pat McAfee coming out, assisting Randy Orton in a beatdown on Cody Rhodes. And then Pat McAfee basically coming out saying, I'm here to fix the business. I'm here to make it better the way it used to be during the Attitude Era, when wrestling was at its peak and he loved it the most and all that sort of good jazz, which is ironic because the Attitude Era was like 30 some years ago. And Randy Orton wasn't even a part of the Attitude Era, which Cody Rhodes kind of took the words right out of my mouth tonight on SmackDown when he broached this subject. He said those exact words to Pat like 30 yeyears ago, and Randy wasn't even a part of it. He was watching it like the rest of us. But he assisted Randy Orton in getting a low blow on Pat McAfee or on Cody Rhodes and all that sort of good stuff. And it led to speculation about whether or not TKO, the company who owns WWE, inserting Pat McAfee into this role because they kind of deemed that maybe the main event match between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton was not on the up and up or on the level that they want to have for WrestleMania, because WrestleMania tickets have been slow at this point. A lot of that's due to the ticket sales, which they're also kind of using in the storyline. Well, what?
Maybe we should not have it where they're having it.
Well, it's 2 years in a row.
Las Vegas is kind of burning people out.
Well, when you have a big event like this, WrestleMania 2 years in a row at the same location too, can make it difficult for those people who normally go afford it a second year straight in a row. I mean, that's also a part of the problem. But that's, like I said, it's led to the speculation mostly about whether or not TKO is kind of superseding or interjecting or maybe even overstepping the creative of WWE ran by Triple H right now, because especially over the last 2 years, WrestleMania 40, maybe not so much, but they wanted to go with Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania 40. They ended up going with Cody Rhodes to finish his story, which I do believe was the right call. And at that time, Vince McMahon was still involved. In 2025, WrestleMania 41 last year, considered one of the worst main events in WrestleMania history, they interjected Travis Scott into the John Cena Cody Rhodes match. The Rock didn't even show up to pay off this feud, which we talked about a bit in last year's podcast talking about all this. And now this year, you've got them interjecting Pat McAfee, yet another celebrity, quote unquote, into a wrestling storyline here, which really you could have built it on the 20-year history between Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes on its own. You didn't necessarily need to have to do this. But it's interesting to note that despite all the complaints and backlash this got online, this week on SmackDown, it appears like they've gotten their ducks in a row and they've kind of addressed this head on. Like, you know, Pat is obviously an outsider. He's not really a part of the business, even though he's claiming he's trying to help the business. They're interjecting Jelly Roll into all this as well, which is another celebrity. So I do think at some point down the road, we're going to get Cody Rhodes, Jelly Roll versus Randy Orton and Pat McAfee sometime, somewhere. But that'll be after WrestleMania. But yeah, so it's just got all these people wondering whether or not this is TKO overstepping Triple H because they don't have confidence in him. Now, I want to get Brandon's perspective on this. Is this a work? Are we all being worked here? Is this all storyline and it's blurring the lines between reality and fiction? Or is this a legit problem where the Rock's crew at TKO and some of the board of directors are not having confidence in the creative? After this week on SmackDown, what I just saw about a half hour ago, it feels like it's probably more storyline. But last week, it definitely came off like this could be kind of some friction in the back. What do you think?
I think everybody look, just like with everything, you don't know, so you speculate shit. People, you don't know. You're not in those rooms. You're not in those boardrooms. You're not in those meetings. You're not on those phone calls. So you're just left to see what you see and then take it from there. So that phone call that Randy Orton had, people had there. It was all kind of speculations of who he could have been talking to. Once it was his father, then it could have been somebody else.
Yeah.
Because it was, I feel like this. I'll put it like this. If it was, no matter who it would have been, it would have caught some kind of backlash, period. Somebody would have been upset with whoever it was. Mm-hmm. Think about it from Pat's perspective, or for it to be Pat in the story that they're telling. And I get what you say, like, well, Randy wasn't a part of the Attitude Era. No, he watched it.
But it worked. Like, can I say something real quick? The attitude that people give Pat McAfee is fucking stupid. It's jealousy, if anything. He is an entertainer. That man was born to entertain. He loves to be in front of a crowd. He loves to get a crowd going. That is what he was born to do. Okay,
and he was doing that in space tonight. For
That's
sure.
what I'm saying. Like,
in this Attitude Era, like, it worked before. Little boys now, I'm sorry, they're more feminine than ever. They need this type of role model back in their fucking lives.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go on.
Yeah. Well, and I do it. I see because I don't get me wrong. I grew up during the Attitude Era, so obviously, yes, that was WWE's peak era, probably their best era of all time. Even the golden era, even before that, was really good. But the Attitude Era obviously eclipsed that. But and I do think that is one of the greatest of all time. But at the same time, them constantly trying to go back to that era. It's like you could still make things great. You don't have to do it exactly like you did back then. So,
but how do you keep the storyline going? I know. If you don't create new characters,
of course, yeah. It's just like they always want to
celebrity class coming in. Maybe Jelly Roll and fucking Pat will wrestle one time or something. Who knows? But
they teased that tonight too.
It's evolving.
Well, why do you want to watch that?
Not broke, don't fix it. Type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anytime you interject celebrities too, a lot of times fans will backlash over it. But it is WrestleMania,
they're all celebrities now. They're all movie
even
stars.
The wrestlers are celebrities at this fucking point.
What the
fuck?
I understand.
Again, Pat, to call him a celebrity and an outsider when the man literally, yes, that's where he came from, 100%. But he worked his ass off at NXT as a commentator and was training to wrestle. He caught the backlash when he first started doing it. And then he had that match with Adam Cole in NXT, and it was fucking phenomenal to watch Pat wrestle there. Yeah. And then he came back and he did, commentary with Michael Cole, which was, in my opinion, Pat was one of the best parts of Monday Night for a long time when he was doing commentary.
If he's got enough respect to work with the man,
of course.
Why are fans so quick to judge?
Because fans
are don't understand it.
Especially wrestling fans.
Right, let's put it. Yeah.
Because legitimately, wrestling fans are their own worst enemy. We can clamor and say we want this change, this change, and this change. Then get that because it didn't happen when we said we wanted it. Now fuck it, it's stupid. And I'm not saying it's a WWE problem. I'm saying this is a wrestling fan point problem. Any wrestling fan in any country where wrestling is wrestling, because we don't let wrestling be wrestling anymore. Like, again, there was a lot of shit that happened in the Attitude Era that you cannot explain now to a modern wrestling fan because it sounds stupid. It doesn't make sense to them. But for us, it worked. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hulk Hogan turning heel, right? Should have never fucking worked. And it did. But if we wouldn't have never stopped bitching about it, but yet it was something people wanted to see. And then it happened. And then half the the crowd shit on it because they were supposed to, but then the other half shit on it because it's Hulk Hogan turning heel. That's not what I wanted. You know what I mean? So like, even now, forget Pat and all this other shit. Even now with wrestling, like, people shit on things that they say they want, but then they get them, and it's like, I don't fucking want it. Like, wrestling is, it hasn't been wrestling for a long fucking time, and I don't know.
It's just like the superhero movies. It's one right after another. It's the same thing. You have humans coming up with a storyline for how many years? Like, you're gonna probably have to dig down in the bucket every now and then for an idea that seems old, but they'll put their own spin on it, and they'll own it.
Yeah, it's about using the same genre, but tweaking it enough to make it fresh and something new and different.
Yeah. It's like all these AI generated songs. Yeah. Okay, like, we're listening to Billie Jean today.
A rock version of Billie Jean. It was not a rock version, it was a rock country version, and it was actually really fucking good, by the way. But if you shit on it from the jump, then you'll never know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, this could be good.
We don't know what this is going to be like. But yeah, the initial backlash from it, because they feel like TKO is sticking their nose. Look, it's their fucking company now. If that's what they want to do, that's what they're going to do it. Like, it sucks.
Yeah. Well, a few things on that. I just wanted to ask: do you think it was? Are we all getting worked right now, or is this legitimately TKO sticking their nose, maybe in creative?
I don't know, because of what CM Punk said, and like, listen to me.
Yeah, Punk got a promo on it too.
Punk is a fucking hypocrite.
And well, Pat said that tonight too. And it's like everything that was being said by the Backlash Online, Pat McAfee and Cody Rhodes said on mic tonight on SmackDown. They brought up both sides of it and put it in the ring, which is great. But yeah, they had Punk go out there last week, cut this unscripted quote unquote promo where he called McAfee MAGAfee, which I don't think he intended to. It came out that way, but I don't think he meant to. It didn't sound like it to me, but anyway. And then Cody last week, they sent him back out at the end of the show in an unscripted, speak from the heart type promo as well. So it came off very unscripted and very, just off the cuff, a shoot, as it were. And it only led to that speculation that maybe there was some deeper problems backstage and whatnot. But I don't know. But after this week, though, they felt like they were all more on the same page, and it felt more storyline driven. So maybe they got their act together. I don't know. But it definitely felt like they were more on course this week. Yeah. So that's just kind of what I say. And then there was a couple things that came out of tonight as well. First of all, they're saying that McAfee, he can't be touched on WWE television. I guess he's got this protection from some anonymous person now higher up, even above the general managers now. They're kind of playing off like a TKO board member, which is kind of something.
Emmanuel.
Ari Emanuel, maybe, but they're not saying. But they're not saying in storyline who it is, which is going to lead more people to speculate whether or not Vince McMahon's coming back.
I hope not. That's one real thing. I hope not.
Yeah, so if he shows up at WrestleMania, though, helps Randy Orton win the title, which I believe now fully, wholeheartedly. We'll get into our WrestleMania predictions on next week's show. But they also Pat said tonight to Cody Rhodes, if Randy Orton loses and does not become the 15-time world champion, you will never see Pat McAfee in the wrestling business ever again, which tells me Orton's winning. Because you're going to do the Pat McAfee Orton versus Jelly Roll and Cody Rhodes match. That will happen. So I feel like Orton just won the world title. But that's just my speculation on it. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe Pat's going to be like, all right, I'm off to college football for the rest of my career. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Football season going to be starting. Pat's not going to be around.
After SummerSlam, probably, for sure.
Yeah.
This could go for a few months if they want to. And maybe SummerSlam's the payoff for sure. But yeah, that's kind of where it looks to me. Any other thoughts on McAfee and being involved with this? Now, obviously, Jelly Roll's going to play a part somewhere in here. I mean, look, I bet you he's in the corner of Cody, Pat's in the corner of Randy at Mania, and we'll go from there. But
whether you like it or not, Randy's in his, twilight years of wrestling. Cody's already stated that he's probably got one more year left in him. This is just an easy storyline, easy couple matches, and then you can ride off into the fucking sunset with. Again, let wrestling be wrestling. It is what it is.
Well, Mike in the chat said, yeah.
As long as Vince doesn't come back, nobody wants to see that.
That was the speculation when we didn't know who the person was talking to Orton. It ended up being McAfee, which felt like a letdown because, like you stated, it had nothing to do with some royal family that Randy was teasing to, which also led to some of the disappointment, I think. But maybe it still will with Vince, and maybe they're I don't know.
I don't want to see a 60-something or 80-something-year-old man in the fucking that's one thing I don't like. The last
what if it was just storyline with him kind of running this
in the background? Fine, I don't know. As long as you don't see him on camera anymore. There was a time and a place for what Vince did, and in the Attitude Era, he played a huge impact.
Right.
Whether you look, despite all the shit that was going on in the background, which is some vile shit, but as far as a character goes in the wrestling world, Vince was a very influential and important part of that, especially during the Attitude Era.
But after everything that's going on,
I just don't know.
I'm just saying, prepare yourself. You might be. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I am, but I wouldn't be surprised. We also got Slara in the chat said, "Good morrow, Dragon." So happy to see you, Slara, on your Rumble account. So that's awesome. Good to have you back there on Rumble. And Mike said he was 15 at WrestleMania 8. Just go back and bring that back up since I was 10. He also said, "I can't remember ever being less interested in a WrestleMania than this year's." Here's the problem.
Though.
Yeah.
That's the problem. There's too many things that wrestling fans take as a personal slight to wrestling, and I don't like. So if you're not going to, if you can't get behind this or you don't like that, then like the best way to go about it is with your pocket. Don't pay for the pay-per-view. Don't watch it. Don't give it the attention. Right? That's the easy cop out. But most people will watch it and then still bitch about it. But then like, don't watch it. Like I don't know.
Oh, there's quite a bit at this year's WrestleMania I am excited for. You know, I'm going to talk about.
There's quite a bit, that I'm excited for.
Well, I'm about to dig into a couple things that's kind of making me at least questioning the booking a little bit. So we're going to talk about that in just a second. He also said, "Here's a problem for me. As a fan of around 40 years, I've seen almost everything wrestling wise. Plus, you know how much I love the old school mentality in some ways. Yeah. So I mean, so you'd want to go back to like those days of the old school pro wrestling. Unfortunately, those days are gone. We've talked about that for years. I mean, wrestling has just changed and evolved since then. And yeah, it's hard to surprise you since you have seen everything. And like I said, I've been watching it for over 30 years now. So
then maybe you got to stop watching instead of bitching about the way it's going. Like
to me, I still enjoy it though. So that's, I don't know. I can't speak for Mike, but maybe that's the case. I don't know, but I still enjoy it. I just see it now from a different lens. Like it is a show. It's just like any other, sitcom or drama you'd watch on television, in the same way. All that being said, you can
only do so much with the same people over and over.
Right. And that's why it's good to trade new faces, all that stuff, which kind of leads me to where I am. Like I said, I'm saying this purely from just a critical standpoint. It's not that I hate the product or anything like that, but part of me kind of wishes they would have done this because there's two situations here where it's kind of like, why did you book it the way you did? Because you had the world title on Drew McIntyre. You take the world title off him, you give it to Cody so you could do the Cody Randy Orton match, then you do Drew and Jacob separately. That's fine, I suppose, but you could have just done it like this and didn't hotshot the title to Cody Rhodes. They also did the same sort of thing 2 weeks ago, right before we went off the air before Easter, with Sami Zayn. They gave Sami Zayn the United States Championship, defeating Carmelo Hayes. Much like Drew McIntyre, that sucked for Carmelo Hayes. But then just for Sami Zayn to be put in a match against Trick Williams at WrestleMania in a singles match. Now, I don't necessarily think this is great booking for Sami or Carmelo. Not to mention the week prior, Sami Zayn, from him winning the title, Aleister Black pinned Sami Zayn. So shouldn't Aleister Black be in the title hunt? And he's not even in a title picture or on WrestleMania's card whatsoever. And Ilya Dragunov has also been in the title picture. So that should have probably been a fatal five-way. Sami, Carmelo, Trick, Ilya, and Aleister. But for whatever reason, you decided to hotshot it to Sami, who's been trying to win the big one, but yet you kind of undercut that storyline by giving him a U.S. title. So it feels a little inorganic. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, this is me kind of just nitpicking.
None of it's organic. It's all made up.
Well, what's also inorganic is we got Solo Sikoa, who's been on the main roster for 4 years and yet to have a match on the WrestleMania card. He was involved with WrestleMania's story with the Bloodline, obviously, but not in an actual match in 4 years on the main roster. Not to mention him, you've got all of this talent now, and I fully understand not everyone can make the card, but these superstars are not on the WrestleMania card whatsoever, including Aleister Black, Asuka, Carmelo Hayes, Damian Priest, Danhausen, both El Grande Americanos, which they're now saying will probably be holding their mask versus mask, culmination of their feud, probably for a Mexico show at AAA because it's more over there than it is on the main roster. So I can kind of understand that one. Ilya Dragunov, Johnny Gargano, Io Sky is not on the main roster or on the main card. I think she'll be kind of backing up Rhea Ripley in her title match, that sort of thing. Matt Cardona, Motor City Machine Guns, Natalia, Raquel Rodriguez, Rey Fenix, Roxanne Perez, Sheamus, Shinsuke, Solo, Tiffany, the Wild Six. So there's a bunch of people who are going to miss WrestleMania this year unless something changes.
How big was the roster 20 years ago?
It's probably about the same.
I want facts.
I'd have to go back and look. It's probably about.
There's a lot of people that's not going to be there, but how many are? Like you only have a certain amount of time and days. It's already 2 days long. You guys are bitching about that, but you want all these people there.
How long?
Like you want it 3 days now? Fuck.
No. We don't want that. We don't want that.
Like,
this isn't really bitching. It's more like just pointing things out for sake of conversation. But
okay, so then why is it when I'm pointing things out, I'm bitching?
You're not. What did I say?
Nobody says you're bitching.
No one says that.
Like, but you.
Well, we got to talk about something.
You went on for 25 minutes just talking about WrestleMania and how you guys didn't like it and how you would have booked it differently.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying I would have booked it differently. Just maybe some of the
You just
celebrities.
said how many different fucking things he could have did differently.
Well, I'm just pointing out what's being talked about online and whether or not we can agree with it or not. That's so.
Well, I don't, so I'm telling you.
Okay, well, it's fine. But yeah.
So
well, anyway,
with all those names up there, and I mean, with the exception of Solo is probably the biggest one, I guess the most egregious. But at the same
you guys are
time,
going through waste, fraud, and abuse more with WrestleMania and.
But yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like
wasting.
a lot of that shit. Like, let's be honest, Zelina's never gonna headline a WrestleMania. Don't get me wrong; she's a great manager, but that's it.
Yeah. Alistair should be on the card probably though somewhere.
Alistair should, Dragunov should, but at the same time, like, again, I get this whole. We want to. I mean, damn, the whole title thing with Orton and Cody Rhodes does seem a little convoluted because to take it off of Drew to move it to Cody just for to
How
be
many
lost
years
again.
has Cody been in this match?
He's been the main event the last 4 years.
That's
way too many.
I mean, Hogan did that.
Super Bowl like that.
Hogan did that. Roman Reigns has been in the main event. Yeah,
he's not Hulk Hogan.
Now, why are you trying to tell them how to run their show, Miranda?
Well,
I just did.
You guys don't want. You know what? I'd rather see Pat fucking steal the title from him than him win it again.
Well, at least it's something different. I will say that.
Yeah.
I'd rather see Pat McAfee behind a microphone on his own podcast.
Yes, I would not want to see Pat wrestle all the time, but if he can go in there, kick some ass, and help Randy, then I'm for watching.
I don't care much to see him wrestle.
Matt, where do you want to see him hide it?
Yeah, that's weird.
It's
yeah, it's weird.
Anyway, so yeah.
Why do you not like Pat?
Who, me?
No, Matt.
Oh.
I don't say anything about not liking him.
Oh.
I feel like Miranda has a bias because she likes Randy Orton.
I do.
Well, that's true. And she does like Pat, which I got no problem with either guy, but yeah. Personally. I think Pat's good in short spurts sometimes.
I think people hate on Pat for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Even before this, that ESPN bullshit, it's just like Pat will tell you how he feels, and people don't like that.
But he's also very passionate about
entertaining people,
and that's in entertainment in general. Like, I think his interjection into this whole thing brings it a different life. I think it brings it a different energy, and like plus, we're always used to seeing Pat as this super energetic, like, let's go fucking rah speech guy, and you're getting the opposite of that right now. Like, let him be a dickhead. Let him let off his frustrations listen, he has got no problem telling off ESPN or any other VPs or anything like that. So why wouldn't he be the one to honestly be what Stone Cold was in the Attitude Era? Was that anti-establishment, stand up to the boss, say how you want to say it type shit, and, you know, ruffle a few fucking feathers. I mean, that's hell, he did it in the NFL. He ruffled a lot of feathers in the NFL. Like, I don't see, if we don't give it some room to breathe, it's never going to go any fucking where. So, like, for most fans, like, shitting on something is easy. That's what everybody fucking does.
Right.
And then if it works out, then you're like, well, I mean, it wasn't as bad as then, like, let's.
Well, and it's only week 2 of it too. Like, I thought tonight's segment that they did was pretty good. So I want to see where it goes. You know, let's see how it plays out WrestleMania.
And again,
it's risky, but yeah. I'm different.
You're saying a lot of key words here, like risky.
I know.
Everybody bitches about wrestling never taking fucking risk, and then they take a risk, and then you shit on the risk.
Right.
Like,
like I am. Thank you, Brandon. Maybe if it comes from you, he'll hear it.
No,
I'm not saying him.
I
fully understand.
This isn't directed at Eric. It is literally. I had this conversation before. It is the IWC is the stupidest fucking place ever. Like,
look,
everything.
All I hear right now
Yeah.
is they're weeks away from nuclear war. We're gonna, and then we take them out. Now everybody's fucking bitching. Like, nobody is ever fucking happy. I know. I brought that up because nobody's ever happy.
Yeah,
I
no,
know.
you're not. You're
No,
always gonna piss somebody off.
And like Brandon said, let me make absolutely clear. Everything I bring up on the show, it's not necessarily what I'll tell you what I think, but when I bring this stuff, I'm speaking for like everything that's been talked about. What are our opinions of that? So,
okay,
you know,
so when I'm yelling at you, Eric, we're
Yeah.
in front of 3 other people. So I'm not just directing it all towards you.
I know that too. Yeah, I got you.
I directed towards him.
Yeah, you would.
It is literally like the internet wrestling community is the most
retarded.
How can I put this? Yeah. It is the dumbest place.
This is just the world at this point altogether, not just wrestling or movies. Or
no, we're not.
But since we're breaking it up in categories, if we're breaking it up in categories, we're talking about this specific category. Like,
yeah, for sure.
This specific category of the world right now is the dumbest place ever because you have people who want and like the tribal infighting shit is stupid. Like, let wrestling be wrestling. Like, I don't understand.
I've been saying that for years. Yeah.
Like,
just enjoy wrestling and like who you like and don't watch who you don't.
If you want a soap opera, they're still on daytime TV.
Let's get a couple of these chats here.
More, by the way.
Oh yeah. We got Mike saying wrestling is more real than reality TV. Yeah, probably in some respect.
To an extent,
it's kind of all the same scripted stuff, though. Really, but yeah. Anyway.
I'll give him that.
Yeah. Slara said, "Yeah, I don't like wrestling, so I just don't watch it." That's fair.
See,
I think she likes our,
the commentary of it, but like
commentary just because we're passionate about it. But Mike also said, I pointed out the Solo not having a Mania match yet weeks ago, and y'all told me to chill. He'll have his time going on for you. You may have, but at the time we figured he was going to have a match.
Yeah,
it
makes sense for him to have one.
Yeah, we told you to chill because we thought he would. He's not again, so that's kind of why I'm bringing it up.
That's why I said. Like, Solo not having one is fucking egregious. Like, I don't understand that part.
Yeah, it's at least with the MFTs or something. So maybe they'll shoehorn him in somewhere. I don't know, but you can't get everybody on the card. I understand. Slar said, "Yeah, Miranda put those boys in their place for sure. We definitely need that every now and then." And then Mike said, "Eric, you used to yell for something different years ago, and when they gave you R-Truth as a main eventer, you complained." R-Truth's one of those guys, well, and I've been guilty of it. You're right, but at the same time, too, at the time they had R-Truth mostly being a comedy act. So when you throw him in a main event, to a lot of fans it doesn't work, which is kind of
a lot of fans, but to a lot of fans it does work. Like, wrestling doesn't have to be serious 24/7. I think that's
world
where
title usually is. Usually,
sure. Eric, I noticed something about you. You try to have a negative or an unbiased opinion.
Well,
towards the negative way.
Do I?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. We'll carry on.
It may be more me playing devil's advocate than me actually.
You're like a CNN moderator.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't.
Oh, shots fired.
Maybe in a year you could say that I'll be okay with it, but not right now.
Because everything
got him.
Some fans don't like that. Well, some fans do.
This is the best episode ever.
I'm not taking away from that.
Gonna have to go on and.
I thought we weren't attacking Eric tonight, but
no, fuck that. It's about time. It's about time.
Well, in regards to the R-Truth thing, though, too,
dude, it is on site since Bo Nix.
Brother, you gotta get over it. But
let's let things die, please. Please let Matt's stupidity die.
But in regards to the R-Truth thing, too,
brother.
The R-Truth is one of those guys, in my opinion. Like, R-Truth's one of those guys, like, you don't understand what you had until it's over type situation with me, or at the time it didn't. But looking back on it, it probably was. You know what I mean? Like when you're in the moment, sometimes
I get what you're saying. I get what you mean. Like it's one of those situations where like you couldn't see the rain for the fucking clouds or whatever that saying is. I get what you mean. Like, with R-Truth is one of those guys again. Yeah, you don't know what you got until you don't got it. Like,
I'm glad he's still around to still appreciate him some, you know?
You know what I have a feeling? Just because as the older I get, the more I don't want to deal with people. And like
proceed.
Randy Orton's getting up there, Cody Rhodes, they all got families. R-Truth, you know. I could see them all fucking buying land in Tennessee and having fucking just Highland cows. Yeah. It seems like where all the people go is Tennessee now.
Yeah.
But
I like I said before, with Randy being, getting up there in age, and like he is ushering in the younger generation, him and Cody both. I think this is just an easy schedule. I think why put all the weight? Like, I understand the convolutedness of the way they did all of it doesn't make sense. I get that part. Like, I get that frustration there, especially with Drew McIntyre. The way he lost and the reason why it didn't really make fucking sense.
They didn't have to ever give it to him at all either. They gave it to him. They could have kept it on Cody all spring.
Yeah.
And they gave it to Drew for a while. So you want to say they took it off Drew? Well, they didn't have to give it to him to start with.
That's true.
So it's how back far you want to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're completely right. But I also get the whole, it's very convoluted. Just like with, again, the whole thing with Solo. Solo is that still young generation. Solo could miss travesty. He's missed these 4 WrestleManias.
At least he's been involved.
Yeah, but he's been there. Yes. And he was a part of for 3 years,
especially at 40. Yeah,
yeah, a huge part. Like he was a huge part of those WrestleManias. Like the bloodline, that whole story. Like he played a huge part in all that. So it just. From a fan perspective of that character, it sucks not to see him. But then when he does get there, it'll be like, that's where he should have been.
Go ahead. No, I was just going to say here in a minute, we're going to at least show the card for WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2. You're going to see there's really not room for anybody else really either. So you know what I mean? So it's kind of going to play in here there. Slara also said preacher. I think she meant preach it, sister. People suck and it gets worse every year. Yeah.
Yeah.
People wonder why I like to say, I just want to go home after work. Because I don't want to deal with people, I want to do my thing. Leave me alone, and I think we've all felt that. Especially
Eric, that leave me alone shit. Like there are times where, we're out. You go to the store and you get there. You're like, you need these things. You need these things. You walk in that building and then you see all the people. You're like,
they start testing your patience every second.
You guys don't know how many times I turn around and fucking walk out of stores.
A lot of people have it delivered. Well, they deliver it to people now. They don't want to go to the store and deal with it. I totally get that. Feel that in my soul. You know what I mean?
But again, that's the way I treat when we.
Yeah, but
when we talk about wrestling on a minus cameras, right, on a one-on-one basis. When we talk about wrestling, we talk about wrestling like. Oh, this was great. This is great. We don't really focus on the negative aspect of it. But on the internet, in the IWC, that's all it fucking is.
That's all they focus on.
The most draining fucking thing that you. And it's like, why? Like,
Which makes me look negative because I report on it so we can discuss. So that's what happened. So anyway.
You should be doubly mad at IWC. You should go in there. Look, bitches, y'all need to change up the formula in here.
Yeah, exactly, for sure. And if you all stick around for the Rumble segment, you know how frustrated I get with news and politics.
My Lord.
We're going to get there, so hang in there. But before we do that, though, we got a couple more things in the world of WWE before we move on to AEW. This week on Raw, Stephanie Vakir, who is wrestling Liv Morgan at WrestleMania, or at least we think, she hit Liv Morgan from behind while she was discussing things with Roxanne Perez, and that inadvertently sent Liv Morgan's skull crashing directly into Roxanne Perez's skull, and it sounded like 2 coconuts cracking together when this happened. And sure enough, they're both in concussion protocol. Here's what Liv Morgan's forehead looked like.
Look at the goose egg on this brother.
I want to tell you all something. I've done that before. My best friend Missy's knee to my forehead. My mom's listening. She can confirm it. Oh my God, it fucking sucked.
Now it has since. At least I know Liv Morgan's has since come down, as she was also at a San Antonio Spurs game with Raquel Rodriguez the other night. But this was an awful looking goose egg, and Raquel wasn't much better. So she was feeling it as Roxanne. Sorry, too many R's in the Judgment Day. But now for right now though, that Liv Morgan and Roxanne are both in concussion protocol. We don't know for sure right now whether or not Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Vakir is actually going to happen at WrestleMania. Being it is on Saturday. Also they announced John Cena will be hosting.
Why don't they move her match to Sunday?
Well, they very well may, but right now it's scheduled for Saturday. I don't know if a day really make much of a difference, but either way. But this is also another sign of ticket sales on the decline because they've said, "Oh, John Cena's retired. Let's go get him real quick. Let's put him on here as a host to kind of drive some ticket sales here." So
Look,
they did that.
TKO wants money. They don't give a shit about nothing else. Like this, all this is fluff. Like they just want to get paid, and that's the business side of things, though.
Well, this is the Saturday. Like I said, next week we're going to do our full predictions. So let's hold off on who we think is going to win right now. But as of right now, we got 7 matches on Saturday.
Damn.
First hours on ESPN2, and the rest of the show, I believe, is on ESPN and Netflix internationally. Liv Morgan and Raquel and Stephanie Vaquer are scheduled for that day. Probably, I'm guessing, maybe later that evening potentially, as the first hour looks to be McIntyre and Fatu versus, and then we've got the Usos teaming up with LA Knight versus Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and I Show Speed, another celebrity. But they set that up in the storyline, so it does make sense.
Why are there so many celebrities?
It's WrestleMania.
First of all,
celebrities have always been a part of WrestleMania.
Yeah, but I'd say 1, it's WrestleMania. 2, Speed may be a celebrity, but Speed has actually been training at the
and he's been in the ring
for a while.
Yeah. And it's interesting. He's siding with the team who was actually a team with Braun Breaker, who speared him out of his boots at the Royal Rumble. But
I was just about to say,
but he got cursed.
Say
it's a shitty situation he's in. He got cursed by Danhausen.
Yeah, then he accidentally hit LA Knight. Yeah,
by accident. And like again, we talked
which
about
also I believe also cost the Usos the tag title.
The tag title, yeah, it was a chain reaction. It was a chain reaction thing. But again, we talk about the goofy side of wrestling and how it could work in a serious situation.
Right. Exactly.
Danhausen is a goofy side of wrestling, but if you use that part and then make it into a serious storyline where, like, I've seen the Speed live stream where LA Knight shows up at Speed's house.
Yeah, and he throws him across the camera. Yeah,
and I was like, yeah, that's great.
Well,
that's
everybody wants to say too about these celebrities at WrestleMania. Oh, it should be celebrity, but when used properly, like this storyline here with I Show Speed, it makes all the sense. It's just
Logan
what
Paul.
you do with Pat. Logan Paul, but he's transitioned to a full-time wrestler. But yeah, like the Jelly Roll and the Pat McAfee stuff can work as long as you build the story around it properly. You know, I think everybody was just shocked about how they did it. It threw them off guard. But this week, like I said,
it's because nobody expected it to be Pat McAfee. It could have been anybody fucking else, and we'd still be having this discussion.
It was like when Danhausen watched out of the box at Elimination Chamber. They wanted Chris Jericho. They booed him there, but now ever since, Danhausen's been working.
All right, take a breath. I asked Rock to compare the roster from the Attitude Era till now.
Okay, so here's night 2.
More than doubled. There was 55 to 65 wrestlers during that time. There's 106 now.
Are we counting NXT or just Raw and SmackDown?
Well, no, it says current main roster, Raw and SmackDown.
Oh, and a part of that, the reason why it's doubled is because you got 2 separate shows, 2 separate rosters. So it's
but at the time there was no brand split back then.
Oh, but it was half the roster. So
anyway.
But yeah, even with 50, 60 wrestlers on Raw or SmackDown, though, that's still a lot.
Men and 34 women.
Yeah.
There was only 8 to 12 women during that.
Oh, yeah. And they were barely on television, unless they were a ballet of some sort. Yeah.
So unless you want WrestleMania 3 days, I think you better just take what you get.
No, I'm good with that. Because I remember that when we watched WrestleMania at your house like 10 hours straight on one day.
I'm not doing that shit again.
2 nights is we
watched that one WrestleMania was a whole work shift, and I was like, you know what? I'm good.
With overtime.
Hey Brandon, which night are we going to your place?
Saturday.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I guess I got Sunday. So
yeah, we already discussed this.
Well, wait, I didn't know we picked the night yet. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it was.
Well, I figured
yeah.
You motherfucker! Like
you good.
We had this conversation.
I spaced it. A lot going on, man. A lot going on. But another little thing they kind of gave away to kind of boost ticket sales. They already advertised Demon Finn Balor making his return against Dominic Mysterio.
They wouldn't have fucking done that. See, like this, like TKO. At that part, you're bad at marketing. Like, the biggest payoff would have been
how many ticket sales is that going to add by doing that?
Yeah.
You don't have to do that.
You could have that. That is so stupid. I wish.
But Oba and Lesnar though in the first hour on night 2.
I'm here for that. That's
down for it.
That's gonna be
down
good.
for it. So yeah, for sure. Mike said, Brennan. Brandon, your thoughts of them more than likely having the mask versus mask match with the Americanos, possibly at AAA Triple Mania instead of WrestleMania. Feeling is it'll get more over in Mexico. I agree, and I mentioned that earlier.
Well, yeah, it's 100% true. Like,
yeah, I mean,
the
I'll miss the Mania.
Americanos,
Yeah, but
the Americanos gimmick is it again for all the people who were saying it was racist, this, that, and the third in the IWC, mind you. It was huge in Mexico. Like they all bought it, you know, they all know the whole story there. Like they know the gimmick, what it was when it started, and it was popular as shit there. It only makes sense to have it there. Like I will say that's one thing WWE has done in the grand scheme of things of working for AAA is it helped boosted their, you know, viewerships and popularity. And
I ain't gonna lie to you, I watched AAA for the first time a couple weeks ago, and I was pretty impressed with it. That was pretty good. And you're right, that mask versus mask Americano thing is way more over on that, on that brand. Than
the fact that the heel is over as the baby face there,
and vice versa.
Yeah,
and I've noticed I didn't catch all of Raw this last week. I caught most of it, but I don't know if they were on the show this week or not. But it feels like they've been definitely highlighting it more on Triple H anyway. But yeah, and he said I personally can't wait to find out who these guys are. I can't either.
Me either. I can't. You know, then like
I'm having a hard time putting my finger on it. But yeah, and he also said I've had a goose egg like the one Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez had. My mom and brother had to keep me awake for a while that night as a precaution. Yeah, I'm sure the concussion.
Yeah,
sure, but
even. No, I was about to say I don't think I've ever had one. I mean, give me I had concussions.
I might have at one point,
but I don't think I've ever had a goose egg like that. Like,
I thought we know who one of the Americanos is. Isn't it that one guy?
What guy?
Don't kill the gimmick, Aaron.
what guy we talking about, Aaron?
Oh, were we being facetious?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Aaron.
We know. No kayfabe. We know who every one of them.
We know who all of them are.
Yeah, but we're having some fun with it. Yeah.
Okay. No shot.
Aaron, shut the hell up.
No shot, Matt. Don't you?
Isn't it weird?
You had no idea who they were.
Oh, I know. I would know who they are. I just don't care.
Who are they?
Oh, I don't. I would look. I would Google it, but I just don't care.
Wow. You ain't shit for real.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
we
Google me, Brandon.
Mike said we don't know. We
Isn't
know
it
weird man, I don't know who they are.
See Clark Kent at the same time as Superman.
It's why you never see Bruce Wayne and Batman at the same time either.
Those special glasses.
Crazy.
Man. Yeah.
Sure. Why is he always gone? And Peter Parker and Spider-Man, he's supposed to be taking pictures. Like, where the fuck is he? He's right here.
You never see them in the same room together at all.
No, it's weird.
Like,
it's so weird.
Yeah, he always has these close-up pictures. It's like, what is this?
I never understood why Batman never had, or Bruce Wayne never had Batman at any of these functions. Like he was fighting for the same things that Batman was. If you think about it, like he was trying to make Gotham great again. But
Batman wasn't always viewed as a hero, though. Not always.
So what? Maybe he needed somebody in that publicity who could give him that kind of that light.
Give him
what
that.
I mean?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. What'd you start to say about Spider-Man?
And you know,
my favorite scene in Spider-Man's when he goes to J. Jonah Jameson and asks him for a raise or can you pay me in advance?
Oh,
and he just goes, "What? You serious?"
Yeah. Great gift, by the way, for sure. Hold on, I might actually have it here.
You know, it's so weird that Peter Parker always got those crazy and great shots of Spider-Man, and nobody questioned it.
Yeah, really, they were way too close. It's like I know Spider-Man's good, not that good. Okay,
here you go, Matt, just for you, brother, right here.
Let's see. Yeah.
You serious?
Yeah.
Nobody questioned him. Like you think Jameson would question, like, how'd you get these shots of Spider-Man like this? You know what I mean? Just
you know what? In that movie, the assistant, not the assistant, the guy that was always in there talking to J. Jonah Jameson.
Jimmy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He was always in there. When he saw those pictures, the look in his eye was like,
Yeah, he was a photographer. He should have known.
These were very sus, but
wait, are you talking about Jimmy
Jonah
Olsen
didn't say anything.
Yeah.
You know, he's talking about Marvel and
Oh wait, no, yeah, I'm talking about Jimmy Olsen.
But yeah, I know you're talking about Aaron, and yeah, he always got to look at him like he knew the truth. He knew the truth. He was just hiding it.
Yeah, he was like, but he didn't say anything.
There was one time he said something like, Peter, like, I heard Spider-Man was there, and he looked right at Peter like,
who does Dom Mysterio wrestle?
Oh yeah, that's he did. Yeah, he totally knows.
He knew.
Is it Valor?
Yeah.
Is that on Saturday?
What?
Dom
Finn Balor match?
Yes.
No, that's on Sunday.
Which is also that's going to be a good match too. That's going to be a good match too. Like,
I mean, I don't have access to watch wrestling.
To the point of random stuff, though, Rusev just randomly in a ladder match for whatever reason. I mean, I get adding Mysterio. I actually have a theory that
Rusev was he was a player in the whole Intercontinental chase.
He has been. I haven't really.
Noticed, Ray was the only one who should be shoehorned into it.
But the reason why that one makes a little bit of sense to me, we'll get into more predictions next week. But I think Balor beats Mysterio. Rey Mysterio wins the Intercontinental title, and Dominic challenges Ray for the Intercontinental title. Ray wants to retire to Dominic. I think that's kind of maybe
in Mexico, though.
Yeah, exactly. And it may not necessarily be for the Intercontinental title, but they could do that if they wanted to. But that's a preview of next week.
No, I don't think they're going to take it off of Ray Phoenix already.
Or Penta. Yeah,
Penta,
yeah. I don't know if I take it off Penta either.
Yeah, if you do, the only person that damn it. I mean, JD's a good cause.
Javon Evans would be the
Javon Evans.
But
either Javon Evans or Dragon Lee, because you got to reward Dragon Lee at some fucking point.
Yeah, fair enough. I think Penta retains, if you really want my honest truth. But
I do too. I still think you get more miles out of it.
More of that next week, though. We'll do the predictions.
Anyway, sorry.
But one last thing on WWE, they announced last week that the Hall of Fame is going to be inducting its second match ever: Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3.
Obvious,
been the first match, but we'll take it.
That's a first ballot match.
Yeah. I mean, they wanted to put Austin and Brett in first, I suppose. But yeah,
but that was
I can see why.
They're both great.
That was a good one too, though.
Both of those are Hall of Fame worthy.
And there's many more, but these two.
Yeah, but this
take it from someone who's watched both those matches, who does not watch wrestling often. They were good.
Everybody knows this match.
Yeah.
If you've been alive in the last 30 years, you know this match.
Yeah, when he slammed Andre the Giant, like when he. First of all, that's a feat in itself, right? And if you didn't understand at that point in wrestling, it takes two to fucking tango, then because the Hulk would have ripped his whole back out trying to pick that man up. Like, I don't give a shit.
No, some people said he did actually. I don't remember if Hulk said that or what, but
really,
yeah, there's a lot of people were saying that he actually hurt himself on the move, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, hell, that's what happened with Kevin Nash when he powerbombed Show the first time, or Paul White, whatever you want to call him. With the Giant in WCW, when he jackknifed him the first time, he said he damn near fucking tore his back out. Like, and this 500 fucking pounds. Yeah, you got to get that up and down. So
yeah, that sounds kind of awkward, but yeah, I hear what you're saying, brother, for sure.
You know what I mean? Don't play me like that.
I am going to play you like that. But anyways, get into the flip side of pro wrestling. Let's get AEW real quick, and we'll move on to movies. One thing I want to talk about real quick was, of course, I don't know if you've heard about this drama with TNA Pro Wrestling. Obviously, TNA had scheduled to have some matches with some of their talent, and specifically Nick Nemeth and Leon Slater, their X Division champion, to face Ricochet and MJF, obviously their AEW talents. At the last minute here, after already making these matches, TNA has decided to pull their talent from these shows against MJF and Ricochet because they fear potentially the result of the other company not wanting them involved despite previously being agreed upon, and maybe the result of the match maybe not going the way they want it to go. So this feels like something WWE would have done back in the day under Vince McMahon. I wonder if this is kind of a TKO thing. Hey, we got a partnership with you guys. We don't want to be involved with the competition. Even though you guys have already set the match, we're going to cancel it. I just feel like it's kind of crummy considering they already scheduled the matches, put them, and they advertised. Not to mention MJF in particular went off on this, talking about how TNA really only pays their wrestlers based per appearance, so they're not able to make more money to feed their families. That feels kind of shady on TNA's part. TNA probably needs to pay their roster whether they're being used on television or not, like other companies do, especially if you're going to make it in the big leagues. So I understand where MJF's coming from. You got thoughts on this with TNA?
I don't think this is a TKO thing. This is
I thought so too.
This ain't got shit to do with WWE or nothing like that.
Okay.
It's a TNA issue.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, our partnership, I can't for a company, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't own your company. I can't dictate what your company does. You know what I'm saying? Our partnership is based off of my product and your product together. I still can't then have input in your shareholders and what they want either. That's fucking weird. So I don't think it has anything to do with that. This is a TNA issue. Why TNA did this, I couldn't explain to you. It's in TNA's best interest to be a middleman at this point, because your company is a far from a shell of what it used to be. But like, you're in the business of, you have great talent there, and more exposure for them means more exposure for you. So why you would not do this blows my fucking mind.
Not to mention, you've had a working relationship with Tony Khan and AEW in the past. This is pre-WWE partnership, obviously. They didn't seem to have a problem with it then.
But they went back and forth then too, because there was a time where WWE worked with them, and then AEW worked with them. Then WWE worked with them, and then AEW worked with them.
Well, so, and like, full transparency too, I don't know if Carlos Silva, if he was the owner at that time either. This may be, I don't know how new he is for TNA. I'm not sure. That may be part of it too. But either way, I just feel like this is kind of a crummy situation, especially for the talent involved in the TNA side of things. If they're not getting paid outside of when they appear to wrestle, bro, you've got to get a better system than that for your talent. I mean, it's not good. Definitely fix that, please. So hopefully that'll change for TNA. In AEW, though, all the speculation is now officially over. Chris Jericho, a lot of people thought his contract was up at the end of 2025, and may have been, had it not been for the injury times off, or the time off he took to go tour with Fozzy and stuff, which apparently, AEW probably tacked that on to his current existing contract, so where he wasn't able to leave, like many people speculated, for the Royal Rumble. He has officially re-signed with AEW, and as of this week, Tony Khan said on a Dynasty call that he's actually been signed now for another couple years. So it appears that Chris Jericho is going to be ending his pro wrestling career in AEW. Now, that does not necessarily mean a Hall of Fame ticket for WWE is not in the future. It probably will be. He just probably will never wrestle for WWE again at this point. He'll be with AEW for the foreseeable future. So much so he even brought back one of his famous gimmicks this last week on Dynamite as they announced the match versus Ricochet at Dynasty. The list of Jericho is now back on television as Ricochet becomes the first name on the list in AEW because he's bald, basically, and wearing a stupid tracksuit, as Jericho put it. So good to see the gimmick come back. I thought that was kind of a fun gimmick back when he did it with Kevin Owens in WWE about 10 years ago. So that's fun to see. Thoughts on Chris Jericho returning to have his final run here, which many people were saying, well, he probably got offered some more money. WWE supposedly offered him a retirement tour, but it didn't sound like it was going to be much more than maybe 6 months to a year, kind of like what John Cena had. He may have seen what they did with John Cena, Goldberg, AJ Styles. Maybe he just thought, the way AEW did it with Sting was better. Maybe not. He has more creative control in AEW than he would in WWE. That maybe led to that. Some of the, obviously also having the right to go do his tour with Fozzy, other outside projects. He probably wouldn't have the freedom to do in WWE as much as he does in AEW. So that probably what led him to sign with AEW. What are your thoughts on him returning? I know he kind of got booed out of AEW the last time he was there. People wanted him to retire. He was getting a little stale.
Again.
Hopefully he can kind of switch
say this again.
I know, fans. Yeah.
You bitch about something and then you get it, and then now you bitch about it. Like, look,
they were happy to see him back last.
He looked great.
Yeah,
just because he was in Canada. First of all, hold on. That's because he was in Canada. All right.
Yeah.
They haven't been back to the States yet.
That's true.
We'll see whether or not they shit on him there.
And the first night was his hometown too.
Yeah. And they probably fucking will, because again, they need something to bitch about. Like, I don't understand it.
If they do it, hopefully they'll just turn it around on him and like you'll stick it to him as a heel. That's all you can do. He
looked great. Look, I'm all for getting.
He got abs again at 55 years old. Bro,
I'm all for giving him his flowers. I mean, Chris Jericho was a huge part of wrestling. He was a huge part of WCW and their cruiserweight division. Like he helped put that whole thing on the fucking map for WCW. And that's the one thing WCW had going for them at the time. Because I get we had this discussion last time we talked about this. WCW didn't have much of a main event scene. They had the NWO, but then everybody was the NWO. Chris Jericho and the Cruiserweights were a huge part of WCW during the Monday Night Wars.
Right.
And then him going to WWE, I feel like was a bigger shift in the whole Monday Night Wars because he brought over damn near all of the Cruiserweight division. The only thing that WCW had going for him. Chris Jericho he's been, besides Undertaker, has been the only person who's been in wrestling for the longevity that they've had, but that has every time reinvented themselves for good or bad, but has found a way to make himself and what he's doing interesting in wrestling.
Yeah.
The list thing I thought was hilarious, even the first time he did it with Kevin Owens. But that's again a situation where they took something funny and made it very fucking serious by the end. That whole feud with him and Kevin Owens at the end with the list thing was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I hated that hair though. He looked
before
too douchey. He was too douchey. You know what I mean? And I get that's what he was going for, but that little spike in the front, it reminded me of that
something
movie.
about Mary.
Yeah.
Something about Mary. I know exactly. I was going to say the same thing.
Franks and beans.
Yeah, Frank and beans. So yeah, I agree. I think this is probably the best case scenario for Chris Jericho.
Yeah,
as Mike
said,
this
is him winding down his career, then he deserves it. So,
Mike said Jericho doesn't need WWE, and really WWE does not need him. I say this is the best case scenario. I agree, and he could kind of forge his own path here, end his story as it were on his own terms, do it the way he wants to do it. And Tony Khan has shown that he can do a good farewell tour, as he's going to be doing it again this year for Edge, maybe even Christian, and then of course Jericho coming up too. So. Makes sense. So,
and then he'll get his induction into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, that's
deserved member of the fucking Hall of Fame.
And if AEW ever starts their own Hall of Fame, he'll go in as the first ever AEW World Champion as well. And he's, I think he's a 2 or 3 time holder of that title as well. So yeah, what'd you laugh at that for?
Why are you laughing at Chris Jericho's accomplishment? That's fucked up.
Something she read.
Up, Miranda. Like this man has done a lot for the wrestling business, and you just go chuckle at that shit.
I got her back. She was reading something.
I was listening to Pat.
Oh, I got you.
He posted a short of himself, and he's letting CM Punk have it. Okay.
Well, yeah, Punk, yeah, fair. Fair play.
Just one side note to that whole thing, because I forgot that I missed this part. That whole rant Punk did again. I understand.
It was great though. That was a good promo.
It was, but at the same time, because that's what he's good at. He's good on the microphone. Like I can't take that away from him.
Yeah.
But when I say he's a hypocrite in this, he has more authority than fucking Pat does as far as say so wise. Bitch, you are the face of the company.
Matt showed off his.
He wrecked. You ain't shit for real. You trash.
Where'd you get your license from? A Cracker Jack box?
Well, that's just what CM Punk's face is going to look like come next weekend.
But he's going up against the Tribal Chief.
He's a hypocrite in that aspect.
They don't give him the business.
The shade that he was throwing was unwarranted. It was you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. You're going for the shock factor of it all, but at the same time, you make yourself look like a fucking idiot. So,
well, you're not wrong. And that's always been, look, I loved CM Punk's character. About 10 years ago or whatever it was, he was in WWE the last time with the World Title. I thought it was one of the greatest things that they'd done in a long time. It was one of my favorite characters. CM Punk, the man, is another story, though.
Yeah.
Look, I just feel like he's a hypocrite a lot of the times, and this is one of those instances as well. Like, he run down AEW. He's the reason he got fired from AEW. There's like a lot of things that he said in the past that I just don't agree with politically as well. But we'll leave it at that. But yeah, Punk's character and Punk's real life persona sometimes blend and mix together, and this week was one of them, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I'll never get blood money from Saudi Arabia. You went to,
he went and wrestled in fucking Saudi Arabia. Whatever.
Yeah, again, whatever. They fired me on my wedding, but I'll go right back because I burned too many bridges elsewhere. You know what I mean? But anyway.
So I call totally a man out, and I get you're using it as a promo talking point, but this match has nothing to do with you. You only commented on it for brownie points with the fucking fans, because everybody, again, and I will continue to say this until he admits it. Roman Reigns is still the fucking bad guy. But the fact that
I'm rooting for Roman though.
But that's the issue because everybody else is starting, the fan wise is starting. CM Punk is an acquired taste, and when it runs its course, it runs its course. Like with that character, it is what it is.
Well, a lot of that too could be they're setting up him and Pat for something maybe down the line. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
I fucking hope not. I really.
It could just be an off the cuff thing. Yeah,
I fucking hope not.
I don't. Him and Randy. I don't know. I hope not.
I fucking hope not.
We'll see how this ends up playing out. A couple more top comments here before we move on to the last bit of AEW. Mike said, "Randy Savage and Ricky Steamboat from WrestleMania 3 also needs to go in the Hall of Fame. 100%.
Oh, that was a hell of a match. I
remember that will go in eventually.
That's good.
Yeah. It should be in sooner rather than later.
That is a test of fucking endurance and stamina.
For that time.
Like that match was fucking insane.
Yeah, especially for the time that it was done.
Yeah,
that was considered groundbreaking for sure. And he also said maybe TNA fears WWE won't work with them anymore if they do any business with AEW. I still feel like maybe the partnership has not at all
because they did it afterwards. Like WWE worked with TNA before. And then AEW did for a while with that whole storyline with
but now they've got that
Omega.
official partnership. They didn't actually have that before. That's what you know what I'm saying?
I don't think that makes a fucking difference. And again, I honestly feel like they can't tell their shareholders what they want. Like they don't own that company. Mm-hmm. So this came from a TNA company perspective. And let's be real honest here. TNA
could there not be any pressure from WWE going knock it off, or
what? Like they've already got who they wanted from them. Like they got
maybe there's always more talent to get. You know what I mean? Like
sure, but that talent could go any fucking where. Like
always go get the Hardys.
No, listen, let's fucking not.
Yeah, we don't necessarily need to do that.
We don't
they're good. I mean, they've got their work out around.
Let's not, you know what I mean? Like I'm all for my childhood still being a thing and like what I grew up watching, but these guys are just as old as I am. Let's let that shit go.
Yeah, Matt Hardy's hip can only take so much, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, let's finish up the wrestling segment here with two little things here. First of all, sad news to report: Kyle Fletcher has been sidelined with a meniscus injury, and he is going to be missing multiple months. Sounds like he's going to. They're hoping he'll be back for All In, I believe, in August. So that's a hope that they can maybe do here. But he's now had to vacate the TNT Championship on AEW television. And now that sets up the pay-per-view this Sunday night, AEW Dynasty. The TNT vacant title will be there'll be a new champion crowned during a casino gauntlet match that we know features Tommaso Ciampa. He has earned the #1 spot in that, and obviously he's been hovering around the TNT title for a while. I believe Brody King's involved in that match. Also, rumors coming around that while we may have lost one Kyle, another Kyle may be returning this week. Kyle O'Reilly may be returning in this match, and if that's the case, he's been sniffing around the TNT title for quite a while before his injury, so I can see him winning the title here. We'll have to see how it goes. But we got MJF versus Kenny Omega for the world title. The Young Bucks versus Okada and Takeshita, which would be an interesting tag team, which I think may explode here. And I think they've already kind of teased Okada and Takeshita will go one-on-one at Double or Nothing on Memorial Day weekend coming up in May. So that'll be a good one for that. Moxley versus Ospreay for the Continental Championship, which I think will be a good one. FTR versus Cope and Cage. Jericho returns against Ricochet. Andrade El Idolo versus Darby Allin. If Darby Allin wins, Omega and MJF both have said that Darby will get the next shot at the World Championship. We got Tekla defending the women's world title against Jamie Hayter. And on the 0 Hour pre-show, Alex Windsor versus Marina Shafir of the Death Riders. So not as big of a card as AEW would normally have. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, only 8 matches on the main show.
Would knock some of these fucking matches off too. Shit.
Well,
I think no need for pay-per-views to be fucking 6 hours long.
Well, that could be, but I can see WWE. I'd like to see them go for more than just 4 matches on a show, though, on some of these pay-per-views. But maybe 6 or 7 for WWE, and this 7 or 8 for AEW. I think that's a good sweet spot.
Yeah, probably.
You know what I mean? If you're going to a pay-per-view, I don't necessarily want to pay big money to go watch 4 matches and a bunch of ads in between for WWE.
That's true.
But then at the same time, AEW could maybe kind of let it breathe a little bit and not do 12 matches on the main card. So I'm hoping this stays where this is for the pay-per-view this weekend. I think it's a good balance. So we'll see how it goes. But who do you think is going to win? Anything stand out to you for AEW Dynasty? Are you interested? interested. I personally think Kenny Omega is winning the world title because eventually it's going to set up Omega versus Ospreay at All In. I think that's their main event going down the line here. I think Jericho's going to win in his well, I don't know. I mean, Ricochet's going up and up too.
No, Ricochet's still in the doghouse after what he fucking.
Yeah, you might be right about that. I think Cage and Cope though win the world tag team titles. Okada and Takeshi are going to implode. Darby Allin, maybe I don't know. I can maybe even see Andrade winning this though, kind of furthering his climb to the ranks there too. So that's kind of where I'm standing.
Yeah, because they listen. Okay,
but Darby'd be great too. But Darby ain't going to win the title. Not right now.
This is my one biggest criticism with AEW. Mm-hmm. Inside the ropes, phenomenal. I can't shit on anybody. Well, maybe
very few. Few.
There's very few, but like inside the ropes, solid work.
It's a flip of a
coin. Outside of that shit, that's where I'm.
Well, and it's kind of what it's been. And Tony's not going to do the same thing WWE's doing because that's WWE. You don't want to be them. But at the same time, AEW, now, a lot of their storytelling is told in the ring and more subtle on backstage segments and stuff like that. It's not hitting you, beating you over the face with it, something like WWE does it. It's just done differently. I wouldn't say it's bad. But at the same time, you're right. AEW has the better in-ring product, maybe lacks a little on the storyline product. WWE is pretty good on the storylines for the most part, but sometimes their in-ring suffers because they don't do house shows and stuff like they used to and things like that. So it's both companies have their own issues on both sides of the coin. So that's kind of
the only matches that I honestly give a shit about on this whole card, and I'm gonna be real honest with you, is because it's the only thing that's relatively had somewhat of a story and coherent enough. Is Ospreay and Moxley and Omega and MJF, and I love Andrade.
Now, see, I got to push back a little bit on that because FTR with Cope and Cage and Beth Phoenix from months ago. That's
months ago. You're 100% correct. I'll give you that. You're 100% correct. But then it was just dead after a while. There was nothing wrong with Christian, and he just wasn't there.
Well, with Cope not there, I get you both take time, but you come back together. Yeah, I'll give you the time off aspect of it, but that's got story involved with it. Okada and Takeshi's story involved. Andrade, they've been building him, but him and Darby's kind of just put them together. I'll give you that
Okada and Kesha thing, great. I'm glad they got that going. That's in the background of whatever else they got going on. I understand that part. But at the same time, you had the Young Bucks go through all the shit that they went through, from losing their EVP status, trying to climb up the ranks to get back in the good graces of the fans and all this other shit, to the big payoff being they win the tag titles from FTR, which has been a major pain in the ass for everybody as far as the tag team.
No, I think the end goal there is a Young Bucks versus Cope and Cage, because they already set that up. That's why they haven't won them yet. They're going to do a feud with them, and FTR is probably going to take some time off. That's what I think is going to happen. I think they're playing a long game there. I really do. We'll see if I'm right or not. You may be absolutely correct, but I want to see what they do after Cope and Cage wins the titles. So, because again, they do things a little bit differently. So they'll set stuff up and you may not even know they're setting it up until they actually pay it off. You know what I mean? It's weird, but yeah, compared to what WWE does for sure. And I think it sometimes throws some fans off when they watch it too. But that's just the way I've noticed it. And I don't know necessarily how much that Ospreay and Moxley needed the AEW Continental Championship stipulation into this. But the reason why it makes storyline sense is because by putting the title on the line, Ospreay gets Moxley 20 minutes with no interference. That's why they did it. So again, there's reasons why they've done things the way they have.
But then you could also have gone with stipulations for a match if that's the case. If you don't need the title involved. Yeah, because it doesn't make sense for him.
It was a storyline. Yeah, it was a way to do that without just saying, "All right, no interference." But if he gets the title, all the better. But
if he gets the title, all the better. But then he's going after the heavyweight title. So then what?
Well, not probably in the short term, but by August, yeah, I don't know. But Moxley may still retain here. They had Ospreay stand tall in the go home show. So if that's the case, Moxley may still retain. I don't know. Let's see how it goes.
Oh no.
But either way, I think it'll be a fun show in ring, as Brandon said. The in ring is always good. And the pay-per-views, say what you want about AEW, their pay-per-views always deliver. Sometimes maybe it's a little overstuffed. That's up to an opinion, but yeah.
Mike said, I got to deal with the dog.
That's all right. We're done with this. We're going to move on to movies here in just a second anyway. Mike said, the Young Bucks will get the belts eventually, Brandon. Until then, we just cope with it. I see how it is. I don't know if you saw it or not, but I'll reiterate it to him later. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, just like R-Truth, or I'm sorry, just like Solo, they'll get it eventually, So yeah, don't complain. Just enjoy it while you got it. Enjoy the show, right? Anyway, pro wrestling, man, it is definitely a controversial topic when it comes to.
It is definitely scripted.
How dare you?
And there's only so much script for.
Yeah,
exactly. You run out of paper.
Hey man,
WWE needs to just come out and be like, look guys, we need a new storyline, so we're just gonna blow it all up and start over next week. Tune in.
A great idea, Miranda.
Hey, great time to do that right after WrestleMania. It's their new season, as it were, every single year. So yeah, and man, how dare you? Wrestling is the last pure sport in America, so don't you dare. The rest of them are shady as shit. So
that is
at least wrestling is honest about being fake, okay?
Yeah, at least they're honest about rigging their fucking matches. Like Jesus Christ.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Mike said maybe they need NFL writers.
Wow.
No, because then we wouldn't get any like high flying anything. Like they would be too scared to get hurt.
Yeah.
That's another issue.
Flag in the ring, Yeah. How dare you? Yeah.
No, you can't touch the other opponent, otherwise it's 10-yard penalty.
Can't touch Pat McAfee till WrestleMania or at all right now, according to the higher up. So they already did it. See, flag on the field.
But see, that works from a bully standpoint, though.
Yeah, it does. He's pulling his weight around, or pulling somebody else is above him pulling their weight, whatever it may be. But anywho, all right, we'll move on from wrestling. We don't know it's a long wrestling.
You guys are gonna find out it's fucking Trump. He bought WWE.
That would be hilarious.
He's like, fuck you all.
I mean, I'm sure for the right price, TKO be like, here you go.
Oh, that would really piss you off, huh, Mike?
Dana White shows up.
I don't know. He's been involved before. It ain't changed anything. But yeah. So they once did the Raw Bowl in 1996. The NFL did? Man, I have to go back and see that football themed match.
Yeah, it was the year I was born.
Raw Bowl. I'll have to go look that one up. 1996. I remember like the halftime, like empty arena matches and stuff like that. For the Super Bowl, Rock and Mankind, a Raw Bowl. I remember that one. I'll have to look it up. I'll keep good pull there. I'll have to check it out. Thanks, Mike. All right, let's move on to the world of movies, and we got a couple trailers and some movie news as always. So let's get into it. Here we go. All right, the first movie trailer I wanted to show here tonight was actually a movie trailer that was released last week before Thanksgiving. Easter. I'm way off here.
Wow.
I'll say that right now. But anyway,
to your defense, though, it has seemed like a blur since Thanksgiving. So.
I know it's gone kind of quick too, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah,
and to be honest, Easter's still something to be thankful for. So see, good recovery, man.
It's still this kind of been blown by. Like it's fucking weird.
Yeah, Mike said that Raw Bowl was on January 1st, 1996. So interesting. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I will definitely do that. Looking that up maybe on the YouTubes later. But the first trailer I wanted to talk about here in the movie news was from last week. DC released the newest trailer for Supergirl. We got a little bit more of a look at Lobo, played by Jason Momoa in this one, as well as a little bit more Superman in the trailer. I kind of tied it into last year's Superman film. So here you go. Let's check it out.
Hey, I was just touching base to see when you think you might be coming back. You know, I'm just worried that you're not going to find your stride here if you keep going off-world all the time, Kara. I'm worried you're not going to find your people.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, Clark. I have no people. Home is wherever you are, buddy.
As I walk this land,
Crypto and I at least had each other. Honestly, I thought we were lucky.
I love Crypto.
But luck, almost by definition, runs out. What can I do?
The brigands carry the antidote on that person. He has 3 days.
You cannot give up on me.
Oh, hell no. You're going to go John Wick on him now. You killed the dog.
It's a crime of the Yellow Hills. He murdered my innocent family. Just do what I say. And don't die. This does not look like this is gonna end well for you guys.
Stop. My man. Head.
Revenge. It won't take your pain away.
There we go. That motorcycle.
Your eyes are beautiful when you cry. A lot of pain, huh? A lot of suffering.
There's no home without you, buddy.
Aren't you the ditz from that dive bar?
Funny. That's what I've been calling you.
Touche.
All right, I'm down for some Lobo. I don't know about anybody else. That to me was the best part of the trailer. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think the movie looks all right. Definitely not your typical Supergirl that you probably used to see in a lot of other adaptations. Definitely more of a drunk, a lot more PTSD, as it were, from being like one of the last Kryptonians for sure. Obviously, she got to experience her world collapse, unlike Clark did, or Kal-El. So yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a different scenario here. But yeah, they definitely got this whole idea of Crypto being in danger of dying, I guess. So she's on a race to save his little life. So obviously, anytime you hurt the dog, you're going to get the audience to cheer for the hero here, John Wick style. So thoughts on Supergirl, the trailer coming out? Obviously, it's about I don't know, a little over 2 months away now before it hits theaters, being the second installment in the DCU following Superman, being followed up by Lantern Show and Man of Tomorrow, the Superman sequel next year. So they've started their universe off. It looks like to be on a decent start. We'll see how it ends up playing out in the second adaptation. So what do you think?
It looks good to me. Like I get people like, well, it's too much of a Guardians feel. I like the Guardians movie, so
yeah, I do too.
Yeah. So, I think it looks good. Lobo, Jason Momoa, like, I don't know what this guy.
Yeah.
You know how, like,
blow it up.
Will always be Iron Man. And I get it that he's whatever. But, like, he will always be Iron Man to me. At this point, Chris Evans will forever be Captain America. Lobo, if you could have picked a character or a person to play Lobo's character any better than Jason Momoa, I don't know if you could have, but like Lobo, the personality of Lobo and even the look of Lobo really fits Momoa.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I'm super excited for this. And like, again, it's a character that like not everybody knows anything about. Like, this is one of the few characters in the universe of DC that can go toe to toe with Superman with no issues. And
and I know not everybody's fully on board with the new DCU universe just yet under James Gunn. But the thing I'm really liking what James Gunn is doing so far, to your point about Lobo, he's taking characters that we have not necessarily seen yet fully fleshed out on film from the DC universe that most fans don't even know who they are. Lobo is a new character for a lot of people out there, the casual fans, as it were. Obviously, he's been adapted on some TV shows and things like that in the past, and some animation, obviously. But this character, Lobo, especially suits Jason Momoa far better than Aquaman.
Aquaman could have.
I mean,
he only got that role because he was Samoan.
Yeah, and his version of it was entertaining, but the most adaptations of Aquaman is not Jason Momoa's version. So I'm intrigued to see what maybe James Gunn does with Aquaman if he approaches that character sometime soon. But yeah, we've got certain characters like in Peacemaker. I mean, Peacemaker himself, another character not many people know about. But yeah, there's characters that he's pulling that are like in the Suicide Squad movie he made that are deep pulls in the DC universe that we've not seen in like all the Batman and Superman movies in the past. So that's why I'm intrigued about this new universe. Don't get me wrong, I think the grittier, darker DC world that Zack Snyder stuff created was also good as well. But we're pulling more obscure characters, and I'm looking forward to learning more about them in this new universe.
But
so
it still has a gritty and darker feel to it. Like
it does, yeah. It can.
You got to think about the traumatic. If you were the last of your race, you watched your planet be destroyed. Of course, it would turn you into something. Like we were having this discussion earlier about the whole Amish thing, that show we're watching. You're being exiled. You're being cut off from everything you've ever known. She's lost everything she's ever known. What the fuck do you think she's supposed to do? Be happy, cheer? No, she's gonna hit a rut of that.
I mean, look at the pain in her eyes and just the shot alone.
Yeah,
I mean, what she's conveying just through her acting right here. I mean, so I mean, you're going to see a lot of that. And again,
I think she needs a more constructive outlet.
She found it in that bar.
Well,
she got the
and in some other adaptations of Supergirl, she came to Earth before Clark did to kind of watch over him and stuff. This version is a little different. She was kind of, I want to say they're going the route of she was behind Kal-El and she was left on. So it's a little different scenario. So she's dealing with that trauma. So yeah, that's how the whole dynamic's going to work in the new, and I think it's going to be a fresh take. So again, it's just something like Miranda said earlier, taking something that we've used in the past and done before, but twisting it up, spinning it, and making it something fresh and new. And I think that's what's going to maybe actually be beneficial, I should say, for this movie. And we'll see how much it actually ties into that Woman of Tomorrow comic that was very popular, which this movie is supposed to be pretty much loosely based on. So we'll see how it ends up playing out. But I think so far it looks pretty decent. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see what they got in the world of DC. Obviously, Marvel's hitting it big. We're about to talk about too as well. So any more thoughts on Kara Zor-El? Yeah. Go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah, she's not attractive enough.
Oh my God.
She's not Power Girl, that's for damn sure.
Yep.
Well, we'll see if they ever do Power Girl, if they cast her with certain.
Nah, they're not going to do that.
No, I wouldn't think so.
They can't in the modern era right now. They can't.
No, I mean if they would have, they'd have done it with like Wanda Maximoff. You know, they'd have done it with Rogue. They'd have done it with all sorts. I mean, just the way they were drawn. In the
Has Rogue been done in movie wise?
She was in the original X-Men.
Oh, yeah, she was in it.
But again, a lot of fans didn't like the way they did Cyclops. They didn't appreciate the way they didn't use her as much, the way like the comics or the animated series did.
Yeah, they really shit on Cyclops.
I got a feeling that that's going to be rectified when we get to the new X-Men reboots. I think those.
I hope so.
Cyclops.
I think and the animated series is still using Cyclops and Rogue to their fullest potential. I just think the live action's got to catch up, which will be again a new twist that we've not seen in live action, so it'll be something fresh. So yeah.
By the way, I was just kidding about not being attractive enough.
I hope so.
No, Millie Alcock's an attractive young lady. No.
I did have to say, I think it'd be funny whenever they do introduce Aquaman, that Lobo and Aquaman have a bit of an exchange where Aquaman throws his spear at him and then Lobo catches it and was like, "Why does this feel kind of good in my hand?" or something like that. You know,
that feels natural.
That would be so funny, kind of like that scene in the fourth installment of Men in Black when Chris Hemsworth had the hammer and he's like, "This feels right." And he throws it at the guy, and then nothing happens.
Or maybe the new Aquaman looks at Lobo and like, "You don't talk to fish? I thought everybody did." And like,
something. I hope that is something they do because it would just be hilarious.
Well, it's like in the Avengers stuff. I still think it's a missed opportunity, and I hope they still do it one day, where Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange looks at Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man or Doctor Doom and says, "No shit, Sherlock," because they both played Sherlock Holmes.
Oh yeah,
I mean, it would be great, but to this point,
even if Cap has an interaction with Johnny Storm at some point, where he says something to him like a nice suit or some shit, you know what I mean? Like there's some reference to the fact that like he played that character. And I think for the Aquaman thing, I think it would be funny to have him, you know, where Lobo says something to more or less Arthur, which is also weird because Aquaman was blonde-haired, blue-eyed. But
I still want a garbage man.
Funny. I'm going to throw something in here for a minute. It's funny how you guys are excited to see these little snippets of other things in movies, But fuck wrestling. When wrestling tries to do something old, fuck
Hey,
that.
Yeah.
I didn't shit on none of that. I didn't
Miranda,
shit
you
on
are
none of that.
correct.
dude.
I know.
Math wrestling.
I didn't
Screw
shit
it.
on none of that.
Miranda's right though. No, when wrestling throws in those little Easter eggs and little tidbits that only fans like me who've been around for 30 years would catch, I love it. Like this week when Jericho brought back the list of Jericho, I marked
thought it was
out
fucking
because that was
hilarious,
from 10 years ago. I go, ooh, he's doing the thing. He's going to do it. And then he said it. I was like, yes. You know, as a little nerdy kid. Like, it came
Yo,
out.
here's the thing. I honestly
Okay.
believe Eric was in his living room like,
I did. I was like, he's going to do it. He's going to. I was like Deadpool with. He's going to say it. He's going to say it. Then he said, "Flame on," and that's exactly what it was. I mean, are you surprised?
I do like, and again, being a DC fan is hard, but
I'm hoping it'll get better. It's like being a Colts fan.
That was so sincere.
It was real.
That was from the heart. Yeah.
It was real.
I
do like the direction
they always
it's going,
try and
though.
fail.
Yeah, and it's so shit because it's like, or these characters that I love. Don't get me wrong. I know Marvel's Marvel, but like DC for me was my first set of comic books. Like that's where I found the superhero world, was in DC. That's where I got my love for comic books. But again, I had this conversation with Miranda earlier, and even Aaron last night. Like, I always choose characters in whether that be movies, comics, cartoons, whatever. I don't go for the popular ones. So I wasn't the biggest fan of the Supermans and the Batmans, and
They've
when
been done too much in way.
DC, it was for me, it was the Lantern Corps, the whole core, all of the spectrums. I fell in love with that. Like, that's where I got my love for comic books from, and superheroes wasn't from your Supermans and your Batmans. For me, it was the Lantern Corps. Like, they may seem obscure to some people because all you see is the bat symbol or that fucking S. Like, that's what you know of. So that's what you associate.
That's the only
with.
thing
Like,
that's really been mainstream for the last 20 years.
But so, like, to see characters that that's why I fucking will always hate that movie. And Aaron, you can like it if you want to.
I am so hoping
I
that
will
series
always
this year,
fucking hate that movie because it was like a big letdown for me.
And I can understand why that was a letdown for you, is because you are a big fan of the Lantern Corps. So you had a backstory, or not backstory, you had the knowledge of what it was about and how the characters are portrayed and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't. That was my first introduction to Green Lantern. So I enjoyed the movie, and I can understand and appreciate your view that that you know that this isn't how this character acts and this is not how it should be, and it was not that good.
I'm kind of like Aaron, where that was mostly my first big exposure to it. And I was looking at it from, again, that movie came out in 2011, 3 years after Iron Man came out. So I had grand visions of DC having this grand universe like Marvel was starting to build, and it just didn't happen. So
they could have, which is so fucking stupid to me. And like, I don't understand why they just didn't follow that in a sense. It's just, look, every superhero is a carbon copy of another superhero. There's similarities. There's a 1-to-1 ratio on a lot of fucking heroes comparatively to Marvel and DC. I'm not saying you had to follow the story straight from how Marvel did theirs, how they introduced the Avengers, but like, if there was a way you could have done that same premise with the Justice League, and then you shit it up. Like, I don't understand how you did that.
Well, they're definitely building to it. They already introduced the Hall of Justice kind of in the first Superman movie in this new rebooted universe. So I still think we've got a shot. And I'm holding out hope that this new Lantern series coming out this year will rectify all the wrongs for Brandon, if nobody else, because the poor guy's suffered long enough. Let him have a good Lantern show.
Hold on. When does this come out?
Lanterns comes out, I believe, August.
Yeah.
Right. So that and football season's going to start.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
It'll probably only be
it
like
all
8
better
weeks.
be good, or I'm leaving.
I hear you. And we'll talk a little bit more about football in just a minute, even though it's
I'll be upset. I'll be upset if my football team sucks still.
And Atlanta sucks.
I'm fucking done.
I'll be like,
we know his football team sucks.
Yeah, well, don't get me started. Which we'll talk about one news item on the Colts.
Hey, I've seen some shit.
At least he has a team.
Know
Just saying.
Yeah, man, at least I have a fucking team.
I don't need a team.
Change.
Aaron, you could come on the wagon where we're all crying anytime you want. You can join us in our tears.
Hey, I told you guys that I root for the Colts because I know I'm a transplant to Indiana and everything, but it's nice to live in a state that actually has a football team.
Your word usage there was spot on.
Wow.
Yes.
Not
Matt.
Yeah, you ain't got no room to talk, brother.
Yeah, Matt, you shouldn't talk about shit. Depending on what jersey you wear, it's the team you fucking like.
He's like an IU right now.
Well, it just kind of depends, Brandon.
Who's winning, essentially?
Oh no, he's going to go change into a New Jersey.
But at his core, he is a Patriots fan. No matter what, Matt is a Patriots fan, and I just don't understand why he just doesn't accept it. It is what it is. That's the one thing I will say about Miranda: win, lose, or draw, she bleeds black and yellow. Period. There's no, you ain't shaking that. You know what I mean? It's an surety.
In regards to Matt, as Donald Trump
sometimes I just like to be unpredictable.
All right, Matt. Now I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, fan. In regards to my favorite, you can't just shit on my hometown team.
I can shit on anything I want to, Brandon.
We need to go to a baseball game, and I hate somebody but me's got to drive.
Actually, this is a collector. I don't wear this.
Yeah. Eric, you want to go to a baseball game?
Yeah, as long as I got the money. That's the key.
Well,
hey, I can be your designated driver. I don't drink at all.
No, I don't want to drink or anything. I just don't want to fucking drive an Indy.
Oh, I got you. No, I don't mind.
I hate driving in Indy. I don't think anybody.
Well, then you're not driving my car in Indy.
I don't mind too.
Hey, Ashley and I are planning to trade in for a van, so I'm just saying.
Yeah, you better, because you ain't gonna fit much more in that one. Trust me.
Well, we're done after this one. We're done.
Wait,
I know, but like I was telling her.
Wait, are you expecting again?
Brother, where the fuck were you at when we had this conversation?
I don't think I was there. This is news to me.
He might not have been there.
Congrats, by the way. I didn't know that. Oh, good.
Honestly, I have not told a lot of people.
I haven't seen you guys in 2 weeks, so.
Oh yeah, that's about to change. Did you know that?
I heard you may be coming back to 10 to 6:30. I just don't know what's involved.
Yeah,
work
exactly what you.
Well, good, because apparently I'm out of the loop. So yeah,
get it together.
Well, my fault. I'm here. Y'all can text me anytime. So
I thought you would have known, because everybody in the fucking warehouse fucking knows that this fucking.
No, I well, congrats.
Not really.
I don't know if you wanted that put out there, but it just get.
Oh no, not about him. Yeah, that was a secret. Oh. I thought you knew though.
No. Well, I'm sorry.
I thought we talked about it. I'm
talked about what?
I think we talked about us wanting to come back, but I don't think we ever mentioned that it was official, because that's still kind of.
No, well, I'm talking about you and the baby thing. He had no fucking idea. Yeah, I thought we were all talked about that
baby thing.
Oh, no fucking shot, man. I'm not having this conversation the second time.
Hey, if I didn't know, he didn't know.
That's very true. There's a reason why he didn't fucking know, though. Yeah. Because if he would have known, you would have fucking known.
Matt, you still don't know.
Let's see.
Still don't know.
I can't breathe.
All my friends in Utah know.
They may now.
I don't.
Yeah.
All right.
They know, because I told them. But
this is very awkward.
We were all sitting around talking before a show one time, and he said something about it.
Apparently, Aaron and Ashley are expecting.
Oh, well, congrats, man.
No, thanks.
As Bruce Willis once said, "Welcome to the party, pal."
What is it? The guy from The Godfather says, "Yes, and I hope your first son is a mouse go at one."
The what?
He's already got one.
Yeah, Reese.
This went off the rails quick.
Oh. Yeah,
you know how we always say
sensitive soul.
There's always that one time Matt's good for a good one-liner, and that's it. We won't hear shit else out of him for another year.
Right.
This is that fucking moment.
Yeah, like Mike said in the chat. Don't worry, Aaron. We won't tell anybody about your impending bundle of joy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, everybody knows now.
Dead ass Eric, and maybe this is me. Maybe I have had too many fucking headshots, but like I could have swore we all had a like me, you, Eric, or Aaron. I think
You must,
brother,
must have been
I
some other Eric because it wasn't me. But
holy shit! Because
like
like
Mike said, another person for Matt to look up to. So yeah.
I could have swore we had this conversation months ago.
No. Wait, I don't know how far we're along we are here, but I don't know how much Aaron wants to expose here on channel, but it just kind of came up. So sorry.
Fucking hell.
We'll talk off screen. How about that?
Yeah.
We'll share deets. All right.
Holy shit.
Anyhow, well, congrats from the Dragon's Den family.
I am so sorry. This is all because of a fucking baseball game I want to fucking go to.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like, oh.
Well, anyway, hey, time for Dragon's Den party. Yeah,
baseball.
Future co-hosts here on the channel coming in about.
Are you guys wanting to go to like a baseball game? Yeah. Or are you guys wanting to go to like a high college game?
They're probably wanting to go to a banana league.
No, I want to go to a minor league baseball game up in.
Okay.
Well, the Indians.
Then you need to go to the Indians game.
No shit.
Okay. No shit. That's what we're discussing.
Okay. Well, you just need to look up Indians tickets and just let me know when you guys want to go.
I am trying to fucking invite you to go.
That's what
we're doing. Well, just tell me when.
Like, God damn it! You know what? Do it on your own.
Just tell me when, Miranda.
Miranda's like, I'm driving by myself. I don't want to deal with all of y'all.
I don't want to go in public with you guys ever again, ever.
Oh, and Slara said, "What? The Faceless Dragon's a father? He already is, but
he is a father.
Yeah, for sure. Yep, for sure.
Gosh,
man, nobody knew.
The only ones who are not fathers are me and Matt on this one, and Matt's got fur babies. But
I have fur babies.
I don't think Miranda's a father.
Eric still Miranda's a father. The wife and he can get fur babies.
Yeah, I could get fur babies.
Miranda's a father of 4.
Well, that's well, she's a mother.
Yeah. Because we know who wears the pants in that family. It ain't Brandon.
Aaron.
I ain't no trans mom. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm not.
You don't have to be to wear the pants in the family.
I'm confused though.
You don't even have to actually do any surgery. You just gotta start dressing like a man, and then you just say, "Hey, I'm a man."
Put it this way: if I got to make plans with Brandon, I check with Miranda because Brandon won't know what he's free for or not. So,
listen, just because
I'm like, is Brandon free on this Saturday? Yeah, he's good. Right,
listen, cool. Just because you got to check with my secretary because I'm a busy man is not my problem.
Yeah, there's been plenty of times that we need to leave for work, and I haven't heard from Brandon, and I'm like, I need to text Miranda to make sure he's awake.
Yeah, I'm sure. Man, that
circumstance.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm gonna wait for you till this time. After that, you're gonna use PTO.
But the other day when my phone wouldn't work and I was at work and I'm panicking because I can't.
Oh my god!
Fucking make sure he's awake. I had to call Aaron. Oh, fucking whole ordeal.
Listen,
Mike, you think
this
you're funny?
Midnight shit is. I'm over it.
Yeah, I don't blame
me
you.
too.
Over it.
Yeah, me too.
Well, good. Hopefully, have you guys on the early shift sooner rather than later.
Mike said, almost over.
Sweet. Mike said, I don't know, Eric. Matt was your daddy when he beat you in fantasy football, I think. You think that's funny? I was all y'all's daddies last year, so you could suck on it.
all y'all's daddies? All y'all's.
That's
only because you stole Bo Nix from
me. We're back on fantasy football.
I think Aaron needs some therapy over this Bo Nix thing, man. Like it was personal.
You had 4 quarterbacks, you son of a bitch. I don't know what to say.
That's like something I would do on my team.
You're just mad I didn't use
yours
him.
Are running back.
Mine are running back.
On top of the fact that you had 4 fucking quarterbacks on your bench, the one you stole from me, you didn't even use.
I'll bid you. I didn't steal nothing.
No, it was a steal. It's like in The Price is Right where they go like, I bet 100 and the guy does 101. That's what it was. That's what it fucking was.
I was the closest without going over, I guess. Either way.
Oh,
Aaron is so bitter.
my
I can see
God.
Aaron drafting Bo Nix #1 or whatever. If I don't, I think Matt. No, I don't know who's got #1 this year. Maybe it is Aaron.
That might
Rocky.
depend on
Rocky,
what happens
Rocky.
to Lamar.
I have number 2.
Something happened to Lamar.
I think.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that one.
I
but
think he's in a legal issue or something right now.
I'm not sure. I think he's Lamar.
Lamar.
Oh,
I don't think
No,
so.
Lamar.
Yeah.
Once we get closer and it's a problem, I'll let you know. Right
I
now,
might
it's
also
like,
have to drop Puka.
Yeah, we've got to wait till October.
which reminder for anybody who's watching, in 2 weeks' time, we will be discussing the NFL draft. So on our Friday night show, we'll be discussing that too. So that'll be a lot of fun. So big weeks coming up. We got Dynasty tonight. We have WrestleMania next week, and then the draft the week after that.
wait,
so.
Dynasty's tonight? I thought it was.
Well, it's on Sunday. We talked about it tonight. Yeah.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, I got you. Well, moving things along here. Let's keep things moving. We got a couple more movie things here. We went from DC. Now let's get into Marvel. Marvel's got a one-off special presentation coming on May 12th that will tie in after the season finale of Daredevil Born Again Season 2, which is currently going on Disney+. On May 12th, though, we're going to get a one-off special presentation of Punisher titled One Last Kill. Here's the trailer for that. Here we go. This looks great.
Hey, Frank. How you doing, brother?
Frank look warts, buddy.
John Bernthal is probably the best version of Punisher so far, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Boom.
Tell me what's going on.
PTSD showing through. Oh yeah, I
think
forgot he
God's
lost
gonna
his
forgive us for
family.
the things we've done. I'm not sure about me, but you ain't got a fucking chance.
Oh, bruh.
Oh, shit.
That's all you got? That's all you got? That's all you got?
Bruh. That's so dope.
Damn.
All right, so if I'm telling you, since Daredevil Born Again Season 2 and all the Daredevils seasons on Netflix have been great. And now you're getting this Punisher, which is clearly rated R, which is holding true to the Netflix seasons that they did with the Punisher. There's 2 seasons on Netflix with John Bernthal as well. If you haven't noticed, it looks as if Marvel has shifted. They have gone more gritty over these last. Now, granted, the characters negate or they dictate that it goes more gritty, obviously. But I mean, then you add this with John Bernthal's Punisher also making his next appearance after this in Spider-Man Brand New Day in July. So I don't know if this is going to kind of set up his appearance there or not, but it's interesting to note that all this is kind of coming at the same time here before we get to Avengers Doomsday. Just the darker, grittier nature of it along the street level characters for sure with the Punisher, Daredevil, and Spider-Man. So yeah.
I have noticed the same.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely seems like the closer we're getting to Doomsday, the grittier these movies and TV series are starting to get.
Well, and hopefully this just means, and it's not just so much the darker tone, but it's the storytelling so far this year has been a drastic improvement, in my opinion. And we've only got basically 4 episodes of Daredevil, but everything we're seeing with the trailers of Spider-Man and Punisher moving forward, it just appears like we're starting to see the fruits of when Marvel said we're going to take a step back and adjust and fix some of the problems that we've been dealing with. And I'm hoping that we're starting to see it come to fruition here in 2026. We'll find out. And then if that's the case and it holds, we can kind of get things adjusted moving forward. But this series here looks and feels exactly like the way the Punisher should look. So I have no doubt this is going to be very special. And John Bernthal himself said he will not return as the Punisher unless it sticks to the feel of what the Punisher is supposed to be. So this is an actor who knows the character, knows what he wants to have in the stories that he's telling. So I'm happy to see it. What do you guys think about this one-off special presentation?
First of all, this looks good. But I will say this, just like with certain people playing certain roles because they know, like, again, Jason Momoa, the reason why he works with Lobo is because he knew Lobo's character. It was a comic book character that he liked and that he is a huge fan of. The same thing with Deadpool and Ryan Reynolds. The reason why Deadpool worked the way it does is because Ryan Reynolds was a fan of Deadpool to begin with.
Right.
When you have somebody play a role, and again, it's like Heath Ledger is Joker, Jack Nicholson is Joker. The reason why it worked is because like they embodied those characters. But when you can have somebody who believes and knows the character, knows how it should be portrayed, and you give them that leeway to do that with a director and the right vision, like it works way better. And you get like, because like Punisher he's a human, he's a regular person, he's a every day he bleeds, like he's not a superhero, he doesn't have fucking powers, he's not bulletproof, like he's just angry guy with a gun
whose family was taken from him, and now he just wants to serve justice in his own brutal way, which usually means killing said person. You know, if the law doesn't do it the way it should, he will take it into his own hands type situation. Those of you who don't know who Punisher is, so
like Batman does,
although more violent for sure, without the funding and all that sort of good stuff. But he's got military training and all that sort of good stuff. So this looks great, and I wouldn't mind seeing more of these Marvel one-off specials if it makes sense. You know, and this I don't know how long it's supposed to be. They've done a few before, and they've usually around an hour long, or so maybe even like a half hour with the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special they did a few years ago. But if you want to do like an hour 20, hour 30, you know, just little movies that you put out on Disney Plus would be great too. But I could see this being a 1 hour thing. And like I said, he will be then appearing next in Spider-Man Brand New Day a couple months after this. So this is all Daredevil, Punisher, and Spider-Man may all link together in some way, shape, or form. We don't know.
They're all from the same area, so I don't see why they wouldn't.
Why wouldn't you? I mean, I don't know. I know there's some, rights issues with Kingpin and whatnot, but you can still do that without him. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
But hopefully they get that worked out one day. But either way, hopefully this will work. And I will say this too, for those of you who are watching currently Daredevil Born Again season 2, we're halfway through the season. We've got 4 episodes with 4 more to go before this Punisher special presentation. Episode 4 of Daredevil that came out this week, absolutely incredible, and it will change everything about Kingpin, especially moving forward. So it's a vital moment with that character and the Daredevil storyline. So looking forward to see how the rest of the season goes. I'm not going to ruin what happens. You can go check it out for yourself. But in the Daredevil news stratosphere, as you might put it, we now have confirmation with Jessica Jones returning from the Netflix Daredevil series. And her own series from Netflix, she will be returning in season 2 of Daredevil Born Again. We now have confirmation that Finn Jones, Iron Fist, and Mike Coulter's Luke Cage will now be returning for Daredevil season 3, which will be coming next spring. They've been now on set shooting that new season. So now all of the original Defenders from the Netflix television series will now be returning in one way, shape, or form in the new Daredevil season next year. So that's great too. So we're getting all of them back together again. So did you guys? Heroes for Hire.
Danny Rand's Iron Fist is a dope character, and it sucks that it didn't get like Shang-Chi changed the way martial arts works in superhero movies. And like if they could bring that to what Iron Fist, like it would be.
I think they will now, because I don't know if when Netflix did it originally, they had an idea of how to make all the martial arts stuff for Danny Rand work. But now with Shang-Chi now under our belts, I think you can take that aesthetic and make it work for Iron Fist. Now, obviously, it'll be on it'll still be under Marvel Studios, so it'll be under their budget with Disney Plus. It's not like it's under Netflix, so you can maybe do that with Danny Rand now. But I would still love to see Danny Rand and Shang-Chi on screen together, in some aspect. But even if we can't get that, I've been wanting a Heroes for Hire show for a while.
Luke Cage and Danny. Oh yeah.
I think that could easily spill it off into that, which is something Netflix kind of teased at one point, but I would still like to see it in full fruition. So I'm hoping this will go to that link.
I know they want to stick with like the original look of these characters, but like we
This
could
is
have
the
not
Netflix
let
design.
Luke Cage, that bright yellow ash fucking shirt. Like we could change that up a little bit. Like I get it. Like that's what it was.
Well,
but
and
like,
they sometimes had him like this, where he's more of a hoodie with
but
a
it's
little
still,
accent.
It's like the whole Power Rangers thing, right? You remember how like when they were dressed in their regular clothes, they still had the colors associated with whatever Ranger they portrayed, and like with Luke Cage, they do the same thing. He may not have a yellow shirt on, but yellow's around.
Right. Well, and maybe, and I don't, but again, Iron Fist, like his whole gimmick looked a lot different too. Like full blown mask and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So they didn't want to do that. I mean, I think they teased it a few times on Netflix and stuff.
Wait. Yeah. How can you say that when what's his name? Samuel L. Jackson always has to have purple on his characters.
At least in Star Wars,
that's his favorite color, but that's through different genres and different movies too. That's fine.
Yeah,
I'm just
but
saying,
he always has purple
aspect. Like,
I see what Aaron's saying, but Brandon's just talking about from the character Luke Cage.
Yeah, I'm just talking about from the character Luke Cage. We're talking about Samuel L. Jackson as a person. Purple is his favorite color, so I get that. That's different.
Yeah,
like,
that's his request mostly.
As far as this character goes, like that, we've modernized so much other stuff with stuff, and we're giving everything its own little spin. I understand paying homage to the original look of a character, but then also making it more aesthetically appeasing and reasonably fitting for that character. But it's just like if the only thing we're using from his iconic look is that bright yellow shirt, then we've lost the plot because there was other things he had on that were way more iconic than that fucking shirt. Is what I'm
right. At. Well, it kind of goes back to the old X-Men stuff too. When those old movies come out, they were all wearing black, and then Deadpool comes around. Wolverine finally gets his yellow outfit that he had in the animated movies and all this.
And we got to see the brown one too.
Yeah, I mean,
there's you've already had 3. You do not need another one.
First of all, don't tell me how to live my fucking life. If I want another one.
Oh, sorry.
See, Laura, he is a father.
And you heard that shit come out right there.
Plain as day.
That was straight dad voice right there.
I thought he meant you've already had 3 X-Men movies. You don't get any more.
Like, I'll turn this fucking car around
right now, for sure. But Harry boy, that was gold. I'll tell you what. But yeah, we'll see what they do with the aesthetic. But yeah, I think you're right. I think they can maybe spice it up, maybe look a little more comic accurate, and certain things they can do to kind of tweak it. So, but for those of you who are wondering,
that's just a little nitpick. But I mean, I love Luke Cage's character. Like, he's a fucking dope character. But
I think
saying.
Netflix did him pretty well. And again, for those of you who don't know, the old Netflix series have been retroactively re-entered into the MCU, so they do count as MCU.
And Cottonmouth,
but you don't have to see them. I'm sure you can pick it up.
Yeah, Cottonmouth was one of my favorite fucking villains.
Who the Cottonmouth, the actor who's supposed to be the new Blade, and it's not happening yet. So we'll see that entrance.
Did you say Cottonmouth?
Yeah, it was the villain of the first
after
Luke Cage.
It's more or less think of the.
Oh, it's a villain. Okay, I was gonna say that cannot be a superhero.
No, and it was a black dude.
But he was great
about it.
Well, Mahershala Ali is a hell of an actor.
In the aspect of the snake is what they were referring to. The Cottonmouth snake.
It was just a villain that was a little too short-lived. I think it would have worked better.
Yeah, it was. He was so good, though. He was so good of a fucking villain.
Well, Mahershala Ali is a hell of an actor, and if we ever get him as Blade, that's the kind of acting prowess you can kind of look forward to. But time will tell. But if you're wondering what the rest of Marvel looks like for the rest of this year, here's what the slate looks like: Daredevil, Punisher, Spider Noir, which is kind of on its own universe at the end of May, X-Men 97 sometime this summer, Spider-Man, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man on animated series, which I gotta lie to you, I saw the first season not too long back. Rather,
me and Jackson watched the first
kind
season.
of underrated.
It was really good.
It wasn't too bad. Good. And then Vision Quest in the fall, and then of course rounding things out with Avengers Doomsday this Christmas. So
is that the White Vision?
Yeah, the White Vision. Yeah, yes, White Vision. Yeah, White Vision. I thought you meant the cat at first, but no, yeah. Different, yeah. But yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can't wait for that first White Vision Quest trailer to come out. That's gonna be fun. I promise you. They're not gonna let me live that down. Which I didn't even say anything wrong, it's just the way I said it.
said it. You didn't say anything wrong. It was just the way you said White Vision. I don't know why you kept saying it like that.
Well, because that's what he is. He's the White Vision. But yeah. Have you wait? Have you ever seen WandaVision?
Yes, I haven't watched all of it, but I've seen
the very end. White Vision shows up, so go watch it.
Yeah, saying his name.
That is the character's
Stop
name.
saying White Vision.
Okay, he's just Vision with less melanin. How about that? He's White Vision. White
Is he the English Vision?
Yeah,
the English Vision.
I mean, I guess depending on what language you downloaded, but yeah, for sure. Anyway,
man,
yeah.
I love you, brother. I never fucking change. Jesus.
Hopefully, this sort of conversation will carry this channel to greater and new heights.
Oh my God! White Vision kills me every time.
Those of you who don't know what that's all about, you have to check out some old podcasts.
That whole slate leading up to Doomsday, and again, Doomsday is the payoff. That's what all this shit is leading to.
And that's actually just the first part. So
I know, and like, they're really. I'm hoping that they can capture what they had leading up to Endgame. You know what I'm saying? Like how everybody was bought in leading up to Endgame.
I think that's the first or the last movie I actually fucking watched all the way through.
Was Endgame. Well, here's the beauty of that, Miranda. They've already said, and I think we talked about this, Doomsday has been written as a direct sequel to Endgame. So if you've not seen anything else, you'll be just fine for Doomsday.
No,
so
she watched a lot of all of the Avengers movies.
Well, if she don't remember, though. If she remembers
but
Endgame and Infinity War, she'll be just fine, I think.
And she cried at Endgame, so she better fucking remember. I know that.
I cried man tears in Endgame, okay? I think everybody did, but you know. And I still say it. Iron Man's coming back. I'm just going to put that out there.
Listen, I called that shit from the jump. I said I knew who was going to fucking die. And I called that shit, okay? I called my shot.
But here's the thing that they're going to have a problem. Again, it looks like things are on the up and up, but at the end of the day, they're going to get to a point where after Secret Wars in 2027, if it doesn't become a two-part or whatever, but at the end of that, when the MCU resets again, kind of does a soft reboot, they're going to be back to the same problem they was after Endgame. They've got to figure a way to make this work without some of those mainstay actors returning again. People will get recast and hopefully be different, and maybe they'll do it correctly this time. But they struggled after Endgame for quite a while. Let's hope that they can keep that rolling.
The issue is, it's two things here. One, this gives you the freedom to now all those characters that are not widely known. This is your opportunity to bring them up, because legitimately those are the characters that replace the ones that everybody else loves and knows. Like, but it's your job, just like, again, this goes back to wrestling. Again, entertainment is entertainment. It's all one big fucking cookie. You just got to take your fucking piece here. So you have to build up those guys to replace the ones that are your mainstays, the ones that are household names. And with these movies, this is when you do this whole reboot thing, this is your opportunity to do that. Everything you're doing is pushing that forward. You know what I mean? Like, where you're gonna have eventually, you're not gonna have Iron Man on your TV screens. It's gonna be somebody else. Like, but that's the natural progression. I know that, but what I'm saying is, character-wise, like, you're going to have Iron Man is like Batman in the sense of where it's a mantle, not necessarily Tony Stark. It could be insert name in suit.
Well, they've already said they're going to recast Tony Stark, though, so they will have recast him eventually. But I think they may take a break. They may take a break from Cap and Iron Man for a while, because here's the beauty of it: when Endgame happened, what was the bad thing? They had Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, and the actor for Black Panther passed away, which really threw a wrench of things because he was very popular. So when that happened, everything kind of went off track. Not to mention some of the other characters they hoped to pin it on didn't work. Now, after Secret Wars, now Spider-Man's still there, where they may end up going Miles Morales at some point. We'll see. But now they will have their Marvel A-listers back, which they never had before when they first started the Avengers. They had to go with their B characters like Iron Man and Cap. Now they have the Fantastic Four. Now they have all of the X-Men back, which are their A-plus characters. So this may actually work out better because they have more opportunities than they did before. So if that's the case, it may be just fine. But yeah, they're going to have the original Avengers like Iron Man, Thor, Cap as well. But they are eventually going to get recast. That's just the nature of the beast because you can't do it forever unless you're Hugh Jackman. So we'll see how Wolverine goes. But yeah,
till you're 90.
Until you're 90 for sure.
If that was my male cat hissing, I am going to bust his ass.
Jesus. Hey, we don't need PETA called on us now.
Yeah, let's calm down.
He's going to nurture
that was the PG version.
Yeah.
Speaking of animal, what is Loki doing, Brandon?
He finally fucking laid down. He's not breathing his hot ass breath on the back of my. He was just standing here panting. He didn't want to go outside. He didn't want anything else. He was just breathing down my neck. And then I didn't pay him enough attention. So now he's huffed over, got his back towards me, and he's laying down.
He's such a good dog.
A good puppy. This is why he's featured in Brandon's animated cartoon logo. So for sure. But anyway, all right. Last few bits of movie news. Let's get into the rapid fire here. We got Scream 8 is now in development.
Holy shit! They didn't waste no time.
No, it just came out, and a lot of people thought Scream. No, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the last few, but from what I've read online, a lot of people thought this was a little bit of a step down. Scream 7 that was. So, but either way, apparently they feel like they have enough confidence in a Scream 8. So apparently we're getting at least one more installment. It is currently in development via Deadline, who reported it. So more of Ghostface coming your way. We'll see how that ends up playing out. Maul, Shadow Lord debuted this week on Disney Plus. Brandon said he's seen the first 2 episodes. Matt, have you seen the first 2 episodes yet?
Brandon, what the hell did you watch the first 2 episodes?
Where? On my lunch break? At work.
Matt, have you seen this?
I have not. Don't spoil it for me.
Okay, well, it's very well done so far.
I've
heard good things.
Brutal.
It looks very good. I'm looking forward to seeing where the rest of the season goes. I've
heard it's very violent.
Well, it's Maul. What do you expect?
It is everything it should be with a character like Maul. Like I don't
definitely diving into his crime syndicate exploits, as it were. But not only did the first season debut this week, before the season even debuted, they already announced season 2. So we are getting at least 2 seasons of this.
That does not surprise me.
No, this is going to, and from what I understood, it was one of the most watched new series on Disney Plus as well. So sounds like this is off to a great start. Another franchise, it looks like it's starting to get things turned around. Star Wars. If Maul goes well this year, and Mandalorian and Grogu in theaters, and then Ahsoka season 2 at the end of this year, Star Wars under the new direction of Dave Filoni will also hopefully start to get things corrected. So things are looking up all the way across the board for some of these franchises. So I'm happy to see that as a nerd myself.
Who would have thought if you didn't put all this bullshit in their fucking shit, people would actually watch it?
Who knew? And I think they're finally starting to realize that. We also got an announcement that The Chosen, the ever popular Christian television series depicting the life of Jesus and his disciples, will now be getting, obviously, their 6th season underway starting on November 15th, and it will culminate in movie theaters, the last 2 episodes, the finale, which will depict the crucifixion right before Easter next year. So that will kind of tie into the Christian holiday, as well as Mel Gibson's The Passion sequels will also be taking place next year, picking up after the crucifixion. So it'll be interesting to see him. What's that?
Have you seen the anything on the Passion sequel?
I've seen the story ideas and Mel Gibson talk about it, but there's not been a trailer or anything yet that I'm aware of, but probably be later this year.
I saw something that looked like a trailer last week, I thought. Unless
I know a lot of people were rewatching The Passion. The first one was going around a lot. And I know Mel's talked about he's going to explore about the 3 days while he was in the tomb, what Jesus was doing, when he descended into hell, and obviously probably the resurrection, obviously maybe the ascension, which because the second movie comes out on Ascension Day, so it makes sense to kind of just follow through everything, the eyewitnesses and all this stuff. So it's a time period in Jesus's life and death, obviously, where it's not really been explored on film. So it'll be interesting to see what Mel Gibson does with it. But before we get to that, we will see the culmination of The Chosen, which is also going to have a few more seasons after this season to kind of talk about all that on their own as well. But yeah, if you've not seen The Chosen, definitely a great series depicting the life of Jesus as well as his 12 disciples, more in depth on their regard too. We also got news that Avatar 4 and 5 are going full speed ahead. There was some doubt about whether or not they were going to make 4 and 5 after Avatar 3, depending on how much it made. It did make $1.5 billion, so it's still successful. However,
way too much.
Well,
Jesus
Christ. People are still watching it, regardless of whether
it's a movie that
half of that was James Cameron just buying tickets.
Yes.
Okay, but Disney
gotta keep it alive.
Disney, well, they always planned to have 5. That was always the goal. So they're just now confirming that those final two are full speed ahead, says the producer. He says, right now we're figuring out the schedule. We're working hard on it right now, budgeting, scheduling, planning. And I believe Disney said they wanted to look at a way to maybe make it a little more cost effective when it comes to their production. So they are looking at it mindfully because it probably will have diminishing returns. Because this season's been going on.
And make it a series. How about that?
They made a video game, which is
so
close to it.
Why?
I want to say something about this whole Avatar thing. Like,
okay. I've yet to see the third one, though.
From my perspective, like the Avatar seems like something that I would be into, right? Because
I think you would like it.
My genres of books I listen to, Aaron knows this because like I talk about this shit all the time, and I love a good. It's called isekai in Japanese. It's what it is. It's called isekai, which basically means you take a character from one world and you throw him in another world where he gets these abilities, or he's trying to save that world in the long run with hopes to return to his own, or if there's no hope to return to his own, like he's just here, so he's got to make the best of the situation to make this new world his new home, right? It's kind of like what this is. For whatever reason, I do not like this movie. I don't know why. It has everything I should like about a movie. I mean, going off of like what I enjoy as far as like my entertainment and consumption wise, I cannot explain to you why I cannot get behind this movie. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
And you've only seen the first one, I assume?
I've only seen the first one.
Okay.
And like,
first one was better than two. I've yet to see the third, so I don't know how I can't speak on it. But I mean, like I said, the first two made over $2 billion a piece, and I believe this last one, like I said, made 1.5.
I'm not saying it doesn't appeal to
somebody.
Other people. That's fine.
I don't know. I don't know if I think it's worth that kind of box office, but sure.
Yeah, that's fucking insane.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, I do think I remember them saying the original story plan for the fifth one was they were going to go to Earth, take the fight to the humans. So I'd be curious to see how that would play out. It'd be a little different, but that was, I don't know how true that was.
We have all seen Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Well, that was on Earth in general, but that was a great. All those new ape movies, some of the old ones are a little before my time, but the new ones since like I don't know 2011 or so, those are all great to me. I hope they make more of those, and I think
Butter loves those fucking movies. Apparently, him and
especially that first three with Caesar for sure.
Yeah, Butter loves them.
So anyway, we'll see about the Avatar, whether or not those hit those release dates or not. We'll find out. Release date we do know. Spaceballs 2 has officially got a release date of April 23rd of 2027. So
here we go. Now we're talking like a real movie.
The return of Rick Moranis, Bill Pullman, his son Louis Pullman, who played Bob in both Top Gun Maverick and Thunderbolts, which I find hilarious, by the way. And Mel Brooks also returns at 99 years old. I believe he just celebrated.
The fact that Mel Brooks is still kicking is crazy.
I know, and he's in this.
Kudos to him, big dog.
Yeah, obviously, unfortunately, no John Candy in this one, but Josh Gad will be in there. But hopefully, they'll be able to pay homage to him and make this great. So this highly anticipated sequel.
Everybody, John Candy, for a lot of people, they know him probably from this movie and other ones like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles and stuff like that. But for me,
great movie.
My introduction to John Candy and why I love John Candy is Uncle Buck.
Yeah, another good one.
There's a scene where he was making pancakes and he was using a snow shovel to flip that.
They named it the Schwartz Awakens.
What?
Huh? What's that?
They named it the Schwartz Awakens.
No, I don't think this is the title. It just means. It just means that the Schwartz will awaken.
If they do that, I would buy more tickets than James Cameron did.
I mean, they could. Well, but here's the thing: the running gag has always been it's going to be referred to as the search for more money. If they don't call it that, a lot of fans will be upset. So I think that would be the subtitle if it's going to have
because it was
one,
supposed
probably.
to be this big parody, and again, we've lost the plot on parody movies too. But like, they haven't been
the new Naked Gun was great. I thought it was hilarious.
I didn't see that one yet.
Liam Neeson, I thought he did a great job. So if this can continue, that
I remember
more spoof movies.
The can of air gimmick in this one, hilarious. The vacuum cleaner.
We're getting Scary Movie 6 this year. If that works.
Oh yeah, that's
So this could be a spoof movie renaissance.
Resurgence, like that'd be fun.
Yeah, resurgence. So yeah,
those Not Another Teen Movie was another good one.
Oh God, Chris Evans was in that one. Yeah, Mike said another John Candy movie he liked was Who's Harry Crumb. I've heard of it, but I don't know if I've ever seen that one.
Yeah,
I'll have to check that one out.
That's another good one.
Anything John Candy. Nowadays I like going back just to see because there's some things I probably missed.
Uncle Buck though was my favorite. He was flipping that with that snow shovel. Fire.
Right. Speaking of Marvel, speaking of season 2s as well. Marvel Zombies is now officially getting a season 2. Another season that I've yet to watch. I've not seen the first season, but they teased it in the first season of What If, the zombies and stuff from the Marvel characters kind of doing this offshoot where they all become zombies.
Jaden loved the What If series.
Yeah.
And the
I didn't finish it. I need to. But again, it's kind of fell through the cracks. But
he enjoyed the What If series.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is kind of an offshoot of that. And the first season, I think it was only like 4 or 5 episodes, maybe 6. And now we're getting another season. So I'm assuming maybe next year. There's no release date just yet, but that's kind of cool because I think the concept of Marvel Zombies is just kind of fun anyway. So looking forward to see what they do there. We've got a Netflix documentary, I guess you could say, of the life of Hulk Hogan. It's entitled Real American, which will also feature Hulk Hogan's very last public interview before he passed away. So it's going to be about his life. And it sounds like, based on the trailer, that this is also going to cover some of the more controversial moments in Hulk's life and him addressing those moments as well. So I'm definitely intrigued to see what he has to say about some of the reports and some of the things he's said and done in his past, which we're all not perfect. No one is, but for sure. But this looks like it's going to be telling from his own perspective and some of the things from his own thoughts. So what do you think about Hulk Hogan Real American coming on April 22nd to Netflix, which is only a couple weeks away, not even that. So this will be out before you know it. Yeah, thoughts?
I mean, look, I've watched a lot of shoot interviews with Hulk Hogan, and you got to kind of figure out, like, especially when it comes to the wrestling business, you got to figure out where Hulk is telling you the 100% truth and where he's overselling you, especially in the wrestling.
Oh, you got me, brother.
Yeah, like this. But at the same time, Hulk was still a polarizing.
93,000 fans. We slammed that sneaky giant.
Yeah,
it wasn't 93,000 fans.
It wasn't.
But for a long time they thought it was. Everybody did, but so.
But with him, like, I guess, like, regardless of that, I mean, he was still a polarizing figure. He was still wrestling. Like, he was still with people associated with wrestling. So again, you're right. No one's perfect. I can dig up photos and comments from anybody's past and guarantee you, like, this wasn't the best life for you, but it's what you do with it afterwards, I think, that makes your legacy your legacy. So
he died a Trump fan, so there's always going to be people that fucking hate
when he took a shot. Yeah, that was a great promo.
Yeah, that was a great promo. That was a great promo.
So yeah. So whatever your thoughts are about Hulk Hogan, though, like, you know,
I am interested in seeing this because, like, again, if nothing else, Terry Bollea was still human. So it is what it is.
That like I said, when it comes to the controversial things, I don't recall very many interviews where he addresses it from his own side of things. So I'm curious to see if this it made it look like it was. So if that's the case, I'm curious to see it from his own mouth, especially since he's no longer with us anymore, how that's going to resonate. So I'm highly intrigued, regardless of your opinion. I want to check this out and see what it looks like. So
yeah, I mean, I wanted because like, you know what happened with his son and that whole car accident thing, the divorce with his wife, and then that whole being caught on a hot mic saying some shit that again was supposed to be in private. Like, yeah,
because that's never happened to anybody that we know. Been caught on hot mics and said stuff that, you know, it's like, you know. But anyhow, so yeah, and regardless whether you liked Hogan or not, without him, the wrestling business would not be here today. That is a solid fact, regardless.
I wasn't a Hulkamaniac. I would stand on that. Like I was a warrior. I was a warrior.
Finger somewhere.
Yeah, I was a warrior. But at the same time, if you expect me to sit here and defend the shit that, you know, Ultimate Warrior said and did, and then shit on Hulk Hogan for shit that he said and did, then I'll be a fucking hypocrite. So there's no way I'm doing that. Like,
see that bandana? I still got my bandana from 34 years ago right up there.
I was again, I was never a Hulkamania fan. Like, I don't know why. Like, I just resonated again with Ultimate Warrior more than Hulk. I don't know why that was, but like I think it was the I don't know, the shaking of the ropes, the running down to the ring. Like he was just so much more energy to me. But then again, I can't deny the, you know, like Hulk electricity. But like for me, I was always a Warrior guy. I don't know why. I just was
hey, at least your guy got the win over Hogan that one year then. So there you go. Hey, and say what you want. Hogan put him over.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Not in WCW though. He wanted that one back, son. He wanted that win back.
Yeah, I understand that. That's part of it. Metal Gear Solid is getting its own movie in the works at Sony. So take that for what you will. But it is
Jesus.
Yeah, so but there you go. I mean, I don't know if you know, I wanted to put the sound effect.
Why would you do that though? Like
I don't know.
They never do game movies right. Like, why would you?
Especially at Sony.
Yeah.
But then again, they did. What was that one? Uncharted with Tom Holland. I heard was pretty good.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. But like,
I mean, maybe
Metal Gear Solid is such a weird fucking series to begin with, like a video game to begin with. But like, I don't know how you tell the story of Snake in that aspect. Like, because even in the video games, it goes from being this covert ops game to where now you're fighting these weird fucking cyborg people that you didn't know existed until like 6 games in, and then it takes a weird turn where Snake disappears and replaced by somebody else.
Does he hide under a cardboard box?
No. It's fucking weird.
Hey, you better put that in the movie or it's a wasted opportunity. Ray, did you have a thought there? Sorry.
Yeah, there was like 16 of them since then, and I'm not even sure where to start because I still think we need better writers or different writers.
Yeah,
I mean, you're not wrong.
That's all
you're not wrong.
And maybe y'all should just come up with something because.
Well, here's the thing. We've talked about how Paramount's taken over Warner Brothers. They bought them out. I think once that happens, it's going, like I said, there's going to be more of a balance in Hollywood between left and right wing ideology. So I'm hoping that at least, if nothing else, balance some things out.
But you are seeing that shift, though. You're like already.
It is.
Again,
well, not only that, there were reports last week about. I didn't pull them up because I had to look into them further. But about how Disney is even putting an edict down, like no more DEI stuff. So it's like, again, if they're even starting to, you know, like, and that's one of the more left wing Hollywood studios out there. So I'm interested to see how this starts to the lands, because again, I think that eventually you got to realize this stuff ain't selling. You know, like you've got to change it to match
money.
what your
You're
audience
losing more
wants.
money than you're making.
At some point, you can't keep losing it, you know? So,
and to Miranda's point, you're right, babe. Like maybe there should be new writers, but at the same time, like when you're taking a franchise, video games are hard to adapt into movies for a lot of reasons. One, because the video games, you can get away with a lot more in a video game than you could do with in a fucking movie. So like to have a character, again, if you see this version of fucking Snake, he looks like a serious, like this should be, and it's the same way I feel about the whole Black Ops movie that they want to fucking do. Like, what are we doing? Like, we have enough of those in regular war movies. You're not going to change anything by changing a guy's name from John to Soap or fucking Ghost.
Well,
you get what I'm saying? Like,
but we like the Minecraft movie.
But that's because Minecraft, in the sense of a movie perspective, is a big imaginary playground. And I told you that when we were watching it, because you have so much freedom to do all this other shit. That's why Mario works in that aspect. For a movie like this, again, and this is a Japanese game. Let's put that in.
Is it?
That's being translated to an English version.
How does that work?
What do you mean?
Like, I guess I don't know the game to even ask questions.
Even I don't know a ton about the game. I never really got into it. I'd be interested in the movie.
Metal Gear Solid is more like if you took any of the 007 movies, right? But you gave them a more grittier and military aspect to it. So you still have this version of I don't want to say fucking spy, because he was never a spy, but he was more like a lone wolf operative, but like who's just gotten these situations where you had to like either sneak through a place without getting caught, or you're fighting these fucking huge machines that are it's fucking weird. Like But again, it's a Japanese-based game that they're translating over into an English fucking movie, and I don't know how that's going to work.
It feels like it'll be one of those situations where they may have to take some liberty with the story just to kind of make it work as a film, kind of like Assassin's Creed and some things.
Yeah, and those movies ended up being shit because of that, like Prince of Persia.
So, yeah.
Like, I don't know how you fuck up a story like the Assassin's Creed story, because like literally, that was a great story to be adapted into a fucking movie.
And you had a great actor too with Michael Fassbender.
Yeah, and then you just fucked that all up, and I don't know how you did that. But like Prince of Persia is another one. Prince of Persia is a more
I low key didn't hate
cool version of Aladdin in a sense.
Yeah,
and they shit all over that. So
of course I only saw it once, but yeah. So time will tell, but Sony's apparently the Final Destination Bloodlines directors are attached to the project too, which I've not seen, but some of the Final Destination movies are entertaining at least. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes, but yeah. Speaking of mechs or whatnot, I guess you could sort of say,
Amazon back RoboCop, I'm all in.
Amazon Prime is rebooting the RoboCop franchise in a new television series. The project has been in the works since 2024, and it's now been officially given the green light. All I can say is the movie they did recently with Michael Keaton and the guy who played Rick Flag in one of the Suicide Squad movies who played RoboCop, it wasn't the greatest in my personal opinion. It wasn't terrible, but that's not RoboCop. Make it look like this. That's Ed 209,
the sleek black version of RoboCop or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it started silver. One would look a little better, but this is RoboCop. I mean, the look here, the story, and I've actually even heard rumors that Peter Weller would like to come back. I don't think he's going to play RoboCop. I can maybe see him having a role, which I think he might have even had a role in the other one too. I'm not sure, but either way, if they're going to do it, just make it look like RoboCop. Be RoboCop.
Was RoboCop? It came out in the 80s, right?
Yeah, late 80s. Yeah,
late 80s. Yeah. That was a violent fucking movie. You watched that dude get fucking destroyed.
Yeah, that poor cop, dude. That was one of the most brutal death scenes I've ever seen him put on film. It definitely would not make you want to become a cop in South Central.
In Detroit, Chicago. Of all places.
Detroit. Yeah, of course, Detroit. Of course it was Detroit. No offense to Detroit fans out there. You might be watching. We love you, but your city's kind of in some hot right now. But anyway, more RoboCop.
Hey, there was a 15-year-old girl stabbed in the head at the theater in Indy.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, that poor woman from Florida got her beat to death with a hammer. I saw this.
Yeah.
There's some horrible things going on. Just stay home. There's no, don't need to go out. It's really not.
All these judges, they're like 16-time criminals.
Yeah, that's a whole. It's terrible right now, guys. So at least hopefully some of this can entertain you.
And that's why hopefully movies.
Yeah, that's what they're there for. And that's what we want them to do. Stop preaching at us, Even
entertain me, shit.
Yeah, just entertain me. And I'm about to get into that just a little bit here. Brandon mentioned Mario. Charlie Day, who voices Luigi, has said he'd love to make a Luigi's Mansion movie. Newsflash, actor wants work, but he said he would not want to make it he would say not that you would make it like a horror movie for kids, but it could have some more sort of jump scares in it. So yeah, I think you'd make it kid friendly as it is Luigi.
I mean, the game is if you played Luigi's Mansion before, it does have little jump scares, but it's more geared for. I mean, they're fun games. I played the first Luigi's Mansion years ago.
Yeah, they're fun.
It's cartoony.
Well, of course it is, and it's
but see, you have that, and again, like I said, when I was comparing Metal Gear Solid to the Mario thing, you have more freedom and flexibility in that aspect that you can make this a jump scare movie, but cartoony enough to where it's not. I mean, we did it for years with Scooby-Doo. Like it's the same concept. It's just Mario Brothers.
Would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you rotten Bowsers. But for sure. But anyway, so yeah, looking forward to seeing that. If you could, that was the best I had. But anyway, but speaking of Mario, I did go get a chance to check out Mario Galaxy last weekend with my niece, nephew, and sister. Had a good time, and I'm telling you right now, this movie when it came out. It got slammed by critics. It was only like 48% to 50% likability by critics, but audiences were giving it at least 89 to 90% audience rating. So obviously another instance of critics getting it wrong and audiences, I think, getting it right. However, I will say, I do think the first film was a little bit better storyline wise, but at the same time, this was still a lot of fun. The reason why I think critics gave it a bad rating is there are no gays, no trans, no LGBTQ representation in this film. So it sounds like they probably didn't like it. Movie. basically. So it seems like that's kind of the way it goes. And if critics give it a bad rating, it's probably because it doesn't have their agenda. If they give it a great rating on Netflix, Cuties comes to mind. It means they're pushing something, and that's what they like it for. So when you're reading your reviews from critics, especially, keep that in mind.
So was Yoshi worth it?
I thought Yoshi was pretty good in the film, but maybe not as big of a role as I thought maybe he would be in the movie. It centers more around Peach and Rosalina a little bit. She's kind of the MacGuffin of the film. But yeah, I mean, some people say, "Oh, it's gore boss material." It wasn't as much as you might think. But yeah, when it comes to World of Hollywood, this is one of the lesser woke agenda movies out there right now. So I thought that.
But at the same time, Princess Peach and Rosalina are a huge part of literal. Mario, so like the whole girl power thing is stupid. That doesn't translate when you talk about it in this aspect, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and I'll say this too. We've talked. I'm not going to ruin anything here, but I'm going to go see it again tomorrow with my old roommate too. He wanted to go check it out, so we're going to go see it again tomorrow, at least early. And then, of course, I'm trying to say, I don't think they're going to be doing the Super Mario Smash or Super Smash Brothers movie anytime soon. I believe even Miyamoto from Nintendo has also said they don't have any plans for that right now. This movie made it sound like they don't have that intention in the third film. Based on the post-credit scene, there are two. Stick around for those if you want to see, especially where they may be going. There's also a character that shows up we talked about last week. Sounds like he may be getting a film before anybody else at this point. I'll just say that.
So are they building like their own superhero universe in Mario?
They're building like a Mario Nintendo-esque version of the universe, yeah. And now I don't know. And not only that, there's a character that we talked about, which if you want me to reiterate a little more.
So does the dog show up with the gun and you shoot it? Like, does that happen?
No, like duck gun. No. But there are other characters. At least one in particular looks like we're going to get a spinoff there first, and then if Luigi's Mansion happens, Donkey Kong can still get a movie, and then it can still kind of be contained in that Mario world for the time being. But yeah, I would still love to see Super Smash.
The first rage baiting game ever was Duck Hunt. Like, brother,
you just had to hold the gun right up to the screen.
That's when you get so mad you just put the gun up to the screen and just pull
point blank range and just blow the dog away. Did they ever make a remake of that game where you could shoot the dog for laughing at you?
Brother,
I pay big money
every time. Fuck that dog.
F them dogs. That's used to say about the Dolphins.
I hated that fucking dog.
So that'll do it. But yeah, definitely worth checking out if you're a Mario fan. I think it's worth your price of admission, no doubt. So there you go. All right. Well, let's move on to real quick on sports. We got to get through this so we can get things cracking here. We'll be here all night. But let's do a couple things in sports, and we'll move to news and politics. If my tongue decides to work tonight. So, here comes the sports.
That's what she said.
That
was so inappropriate.
It was time break. That's what she said. Insane. But yeah, now I'm all thrown off. All right. In the world of sports, couple news items real quick before we get into the news and politics. Congratulations to the Michigan Wolverines, right? That's their mascot. They are the national champions in winning the NCAA.
I don't like basketball, but fuck Michigan.
Yeah, I don't like basketball either. Fuck Michigan.
The best thing that came out of Michigan, in my opinion, was, in course. Oh, it's not as big as I thought it was, but Steiner math. But yeah, I thought the picture would be bigger. That's what she said too. But anyway, but that does mean that the Big Ten won all three big national championships, including the women's basketball this season. So that's kind of cool. Keeping it in the Big Ten, even though Ohio State ain't part of it, it's still part of the Big Ten. Sorry, I didn't mean the little little dagger there. But you're gonna get there, brother. You're gonna get there.
Bitch, you still
UCLA team
holla at me when y'all got 9 more than motherfuckers.
I know.
They're like a TikTok team. They're not even like a real basketball team. All they do is sit there and post TikToks after they pancake the other team.
It's like they're newlyweds. They'll figure it out.
I know. You gotta let them have it. Let them have it.
The world will come crashing back down eventually. Yeah, that's usually the way it goes.
Honeymoon's over, bitches.
She's so confident.
I hope Signetti sticks around for another 20 years. Doesn't mean our players will be any good. We'll see how he does.
I'd like to be able to tell him he sucks to his face when he
yeah, he'll just say Google me and walk off. So,
I will say this. I'm glad we finally have another team that I can have at least some civil conversation and we can banter back and forth with, because for a long time, we've been smacking motherfuckers in the mouth. And
you can't talk to Ohio State fans,
Michigan fans. So fuck all that. No, we're more hospitable. Those Michigan fans, they hang on to that one.
Is that why you got all the medical marijuana on your football field?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe you said that. Like when you said that, he goes, "Is that pot leaf?" I go, "What?" I was like, "No, it's the leaf from a buckeye tree."
It looks like a pot leaf. I'm sorry. I'm just saying.
It is a leaf. It's the leaf from the buckeye tree.
I was like, why do they got marijuana all over their helmets? Like, for real.
I was like, what? They just got weed stickers on their helmets. They don't do that.
I just thought that was the amount of joints they smoked before the game. They put it on their stickers. I mean, come on.
Well, I'm surprised Eric wasn't a fucking stoner for real. If that's what he thought fucking weed could get him.
A national title? Shoot.
Yeah.
Bruh. Bruh. It's terrible. For sure.
Brother, I'm sweating. Bro.
Hey, it's been 2 weeks. I gotta let it all out.
Thank you, Eric. I needed this.
And I feel like Eric is supposed to be the smart one.
Yes, and he's.
I tried.
So look, I had Eric. I love you.
And then I have blonde moments, which also happens. So.
Again, I love you. You're a brother from another. But I had this conversation the other day with Butter at work, and I said,
every time you say that name,
I know. I said, Eric is what I didn't know I needed in my life at some point. He goes, what? And I go, because there are times where Eric is supposed to be the smart person in the room. But inevitably, either the first thing or the last thing out of his mouth makes you go, no fucking shot.
like saying a dolphin is a marsupial on the podcast.
Yeah, full confidence said that shit.
I was here. I knew it was true. I had to Google. Like, yeah, you ain't gonna make me look stupid. I was good. Oh shit, it was bad, man. They are in fact not marsupials.
The way you had to look at the camera and say that.
Yeah.
They in fact are not marsupials.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's gonna be times I say a big boo-boo, but I try to be as accurate as possible. That's all.
Oh my lord.
Hey, I'm human.
Oh my God.
Looks like a duck is not a Canadian goose.
Yeah, just like a
Canadian goose. There's a bunch. I thought a buddy of mine was in Hell's Angels because
That was great.
There's a whole about the car. Yeah. Let's see. We got a couple chats here. Mike, going back to the movies thing, said I don't usually read reviews. He likes to go in and form his own opinion. That's a good way to look at it, really. I mean, who cares about what people think?
That's how I do
it. If you like it, that's all that matters. If you want to go see it, check it out for yourself. At the
just
end,
like Eric goes and watches every Fast and Furious movie, and I don't understand why he does that shit.
Even after the last two wasn't that great. I agree. That's why, but yeah, I'm still holding out hope for that great finale in a few years. For keep dreaming. We'll see.
Shit!
What? They are not marsupials? No, I'm not. Yeah.
Wait, no, don't do that. Don't do that, Flora. Don't do that.
She has the laughing face. Okay, it's sarcasm.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, she knows.
Don't get on it, Brandon. She's sarcastic.
Yeah,
she's one of our loyal listeners. Don't scare her off.
I was gonna be like, Flora, please don't do that to me. Like, don't do that to me.
For sure. Mike said the only good thing about Michigan winning for him is Eastern Green graduate Dusty May winning. Green County boy does great. So yeah, there you go. Local guy representing for sure.
Man, y'all can't live vicariously. Get out of here with that shit.
And if Eric, here's another one of my faux pas. If Eric is the smart one, you all in trouble because this is the type of guy that will book a snow skiing trip to Oakland, California. This stems from
way, Eric.
This stems from the Tuck Rule game, the Raiders against the Patriots and Tom Brady. One time we were watching highlights of it from back in the day, and for whatever reason, I said, "Was that game played in Oakland?" And Mike goes, well, of course, if you've seen clips of the game, it was pouring down snow. So, yeah, because Oakland's known for that. So, yeah, Mike never lets me live that one down for sure. But, yeah.
Wait, so you had every indication from looking that it.
Hey, sometimes it happens.
Yeah, I mean,
wait, Miranda, have you done that?
No,
never.
No, I made.
You don't ever ask your wife if you've done that. That here comes the immediate argument.
Hold on, Miranda, you've never looked at something, like hypothetically,
You
like
immediately
fireworks,
called
right?
myself a dumbass and figured it out. Yeah, a lot. Okay.
You've never looked at anything like fireworks, right? And
Fuck you, Brandon. Fuck you.
Oh wait,
yeah.
Fuck you, Brandon.
You never see anything like fireworks, right? And then, like, you know how, like, when you guys, obviously everybody watch fireworks, right? And you know how, like, when they go off, you see the bright you know how, like, there's the flash of light color, right? And then the split second later, you hear the boom, correct? Like,
You guys are about to hear the boom.
so. And you've never looked at the person next to you and asked, why do you see the lights before you hear the sound? Nobody's ever done that?
And the thunder.
We were at.
I got it. Okay.
Was it the 4th of July? We were at some festival somewhere or something. And
no, it wasn't 4th of
fireworks.
July, Brandon. We were getting. It was like one of the last fucking fireworks shows we seen in Ohio before we left.
Yeah.
I was pregnant with Jackson.
Brandon.
We were standing there and we're watching the fireworks go off, and she looks at me.
You were getting ready to leave for Indiana.
She goes, "Why do you see the lights before you hear the sound?" And I whip my head around like,
Brandon goes,
"What?" And she goes, "Never mind, shut up." And I said,
Matt is heroically trying to save Miranda right now.
And I said, "Miranda, that's because light travels faster than sound." And she goes, "Shut up."
Don't feel bad. I've been there way more times than you have.
Said, "Girl, no."
Girl, no.
I don't. This is like sports news. It's sports related. So during the Braves, I think it was the Braves and the Angels.
All right.
I hope you piss on yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was this exchange that happened where Jorge Soler and it was Ronaldo Lopez.
Mm-hmm.
And Ronaldo Lopez was throwing a couple pitches kind of inside to Jorge Soler. And Lopez said something to him. We've not disclosed what it was. MLB will not disclose what he said. All it was considered was a slur. And whatever Soler did, it made him so mad that he went out there and threw haymakers.
Ooh, nice.
Like, I mean, the benches were cleared. Soler was trying to pull his jersey off.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever was said to him, it was not friendly.
Well, the benches were clear mostly just to defend their player. They may not even know what was said, but yeah, I mean, either way, yeah, that sounds like a scuffle.
He was. Both players were obviously ejected.
Mm-hmm.
They warned each bench, and this was like Tuesday night.
Mm-hmm.
And both players were suspended.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that sounds like if they were both involved, it probably is a right call.
It was a game suspension, which for those guys isn't very much.
The season's long. That's not that big of a deal. But well, that's sad to hear.
It was just something to note. And for some reason, Milwaukee has this vendetta against Wilson Contreras. We do not know what that's about. Wilson Contreras, his brother is the catcher for the Brewers. And for some reason, the Brewers are throwing at him, and nobody can seem to figure out why.
Interesting. Well, Matt's our baseball liaison here on the channel. Some of us don't follow baseball as much as he does, but he's a big fan, so we're glad to hear
That's why I brought it up, though, because it is baseball season.
Yeah, anything you want to talk about, by all means. And if you have a video or picture of it, by all means, let me know too. And all.
I wish I did. I will probably send one for the next episode.
Well, like I said, yeah, if you ever do, just like I said, we'll add it to the rotation here. One I wanted to get, we'll save that one until Brandon gets back. He'll be back in a couple seconds, I'm sure. But the NFL, we'll talk about a couple things here. Fernando Mendoza has announced that he is not going to be attending the draft in Pittsburgh in 2 weeks, as the NFL announced the 16 prospects who will be in attendance for the show. But Fernando Mendoza, the quarterback of the national champion Indiana Hoosiers, will not be attending, even though we all expect him to be drafted #1 overall by the Las Vegas Raiders. This is the first time since 2021 that the prospected #1 overall pick quarterback did not attend the draft. The last time this happened in 2021, it was when Jacksonville selected Trevor Lawrence as the #1 overall pick. I know Matt was a big fan of him at Clemson. So do you got any thoughts on the fact that Mendoza's not going to be there?
Trevor Lawrence was such a disappointment.
Well, Jacksonville's starting to get better, though, man. They looked pretty good last year, so never say never there.
They're still a disappointment.
He's been through so many coaching changes and stuff in Jacksonville, too, though. So I think if you get some consistency there, he might be better. But I hate to say it because he's in our division as a Colts fan. But yeah, so it doesn't sound like it's anything out of the ordinary that Mendoza's not going to be at the draft. But this is the first time in about 5 years since it's happened.
I want to know who Kirk Cousins' agent is.
Yeah, that guy makes money despite not playing. But he may end up playing the starter in the Raiders this year.
I was talking to a colleague I work with, and he's a big sports fan himself.
He's kind of a goofy looking.
And it was something I kind of thought about the other day. Mm-hmm. He's going to a team where he's going to have Kirk Cousins and Tom Brady to mentor him.
Sure. That's good.
That is a really good situation for a rookie.
I hope Tom Brady doesn't try to clone him.
Yeah, or try to come out of retirement.
I don't know.
Even though he said he asked and it didn't go well. So
I see a lot of Tom Brady in him.
I mean, I'm not saying Mendoza's got all the talent in the world. He's got all the opportunity in the world.
The only difference between him and Tom Brady is he runs.
And that tongue sticking out. I don't know why this picture caught my attention.
And
I know he's celebrating and all that sort of stuff.
At the same time,
that's a hell of a shot. Yeah.
Is he still projected to go first, or is somebody else ahead of him?
No, he's supposed to go #1 to Las Vegas Raiders for sure. Yeah, but I think it's the right pick. But we still don't. It sounds like they may start Kirk Cousins for the time being, let him sit and rest or learn. I should say. Yeah. But I think at some point this year he plays.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How is Kirk Cousins still finessing these NFL teams out of
I don't know.
Trying to figure more
money. I don't know, but his agent is top notch.
Yeah, whoever his agent is, I need that man in my life because Kurt is getting paid a lot of millions of dollars for what? This is his what?
4th or 5th contract, probably easily. I mean, with the Vikings for sure, with the Falcons last year,
he got a big contract to go to the Falcons to begin with.
They're probably still paying that too. So yeah, good on Kirk.
That means he's got to get paid by the Falcons. Plus, still whatever he's going to make with the Raiders.
Yeah,
Shit,
which was a bold.
And I think he's still getting paid by the Vikings.
Holy,
yeah, I'm sure. But this is pretty much a non-story though. Mendoza's obviously he's going to be #1 pick. He just wants to spend it with his family. He just wants to spend it with his family. Which like I said,
I've heard that it has to do a little bit with his mom.
Well, his mom, what she got was an MS. MS, yeah. So, yeah, that could be a part of it too. And I'm sure he wants to spend it with her. And a big moment, he wants to be with her. That's totally cool with me. So that's fine. But like I said, it's not a big deal. But it is worth noting. Yeah, he's the last quarterback who did this while you were off. We talked about it. But yeah, so he'll go #1 most likely. We'll see how the rest of the draft falls in 2 weeks' time. Quick note on the Indianapolis Colts, Brandon and I's team, and Matt's, I guess you could say by proxy. The Colts The Colts and Kenny Moore have mutually agreed to seek a trade, according to Adam Schefter. A new home for the veteran cornerback will be on the way. Moore is entering the last year of his contract, and both sides feel it is time to explore a trade. So no more Michael Pittman Jr., no more Zaire Franklin, no more Kenny Moore. A part of me did want to see how Kenny Moore and a healthy Sauce Gardner would have worked together as a cornerback tandem, but it sounds like maybe the Colts will be in the market for another corner. I know they still got Cam Bynum, Travarius Ward. They've got some. Hey, our secondary is probably one of the stronger parts of the unit right now. So, but
how's the offensive line looking though?
I know. Well, the offensive line not bad. It's the defensive pass rush on one side, and then the linebackers little.
Where'd Pittman go?
It went to Pittsburgh. Good on you guys for sure. And not to mention, you got him for pretty cheap too. I might add. I hope whoever
he went to the shit can. That's where he went. That one town from 2 towns over.
All right.
Hey, they beat us a lot lately. So
I'm about to say, Matt, I don't know why you sitting here.
We did beat them once, I think, but
you are not the person who should be talking
sound like
to
a fucking hater.
The Colts fan.
That's because I'm a hater. That's right, Miranda. I'm glad. That's a good, astute observation, Miranda.
You know, Butter said the same.
Dude.
He's just a hater, and I was like, you don't like good things. It is what it is.
No.
So yeah, I mean, but yeah, I just hope whoever trades for Kenny Moore will get more out of him than we did for Pittman. You guys got Pittman for a steal.
They should send him to Pittsburgh.
I mean, they might take. I mean, Kenny's a good
They'll
player.
become the Colts of the Midwest.
This also kind of reiterates my line of thinking that the Colts are just shifting to Lou Anarumo's system more and players who fit in that scheme more than the previous players we already had. The players we had, they were trying to make it work probably for the time being, but now that it's the second year for Anarumo, it's time to hopefully get things right under his scheme. So we'll see how
the
it works,
exact words my father said was good riddance.
Well, I don't know if I go that far.
I don't know about that. Like, Kenny Moore was an issue. Like
my dad,
he was one of the better.
Right.
He was a shutdown corner mostly, so for the most part, but he had his moments too. But we'll see how it goes. But yeah, again, the Colts are going to look a little different next year, especially on defense and without one good receiver. We'll see if Elijah Sherratt, who put out a video,
they're gonna look exactly like the Jets.
Oh, let's not go. If they're that bad, I may turn into Jersey. No, I'm just kidding. I won't.
I'm just saying it's going to be rough.
It better not be that bad. But anyway, we'll see how it is.
It's looking
Let's
that
just
way.
all become Pittsburgh fans.
No,
Miranda don't want us on that bandwagon. I think after the Ben Roethlisberger game where he cost us a Super Bowl, or after the bus fumbled, of course it didn't hurt that Nick Harper's wife stabbed him or whatever. I throw up in my mouth every time I think about it. So no, I don't know if I can do it. Now, granted, I can use the terrible towel to puke in. But...
Oh wow, bruh, y'all talking way too spicy right now.
I would use a terrible towel to wipe my.
Y'all talking way too spicy right now.
Oh man.
Anywho,
I wouldn't use a terrible towel to wipe my kitchen utensils.
Listen to me. Dude. Listen to me. If we shit this fucking season, I'm busting your ass and your ass. Like, shut the fuck up. If we lose, especially to Pittsburgh,
do we play Pittsburgh this year?
Yeah,
sure we didn't play them last year.
We play them.
We play them out every year. It seems like.
Will you get in the litter box?
That's what I said to the Pittsburgh stuff. But anyway,
and if Pittman gets 3 touchdowns,
he probably will. Well, it is Aaron Rodgers, maybe. We don't even know yet.
Yeah, we don't know.
Okay.
No, even if
Pittman goes off, I'll be kind of mad.
Fucking issue.
If Pittman starts off hot, I'm going to be mad.
Well, he's
no, you don't. You don't get to be mad, Matt. After all this shit, you literally.
I can be mad if I want to be mad.
Like
Brandon,
don't shush. I need a year of football where I can actually be happy. I was happy at the first in last year, and then
that sucks because you can't be happy. You can't be happy until almost the end of the season now because you just go expect the wheels to fall off again.
You were happy. You had your happy time. Now it's me and Aaron's turn to be happy.
Why does Aaron? What does Aaron got to do? Aaron's not a fucking.
What the fuck?
Aaron picks the ones with smiley faces. So it makes him part of the happy.
I want to pick my entire team next year is going to be people frowning.
Yeah, I'm picking everybody with shitty dispositions.
Yeah,
I'm picking everybody with a criminal record,
bro. Which is the whole league. Let's be fair. Eric,
we're
about to talk about that.
You can check Deshaun Watson on that list.
Well, you know what? I'm just gonna go pick all the white guys. Fuck it.
Oh,
Daniel Jones. The Colts
You're
are
gonna have a low-scoring year.
Nuh-uh. Hey, there's some pretty good white receivers and white corners in the NFL. And mind you, one of the best running backs in the NFL is a white guy.
There's one wide receiver that neither of you guys are going to get.
Oh, yeah, that's probably because you're going to.
And he is white.
Who, Julian Edelman? He's retired, Matt. You can't draft him.
It ain't Julian Edelman.
Who are you talking about?
And he is on my fantasy team.
Well, I'm not going to look at your team right now, so tell me who it is.
It is Alec Pierce.
Oh, I didn't know you had Alec Pierce.
Sure did.
He'll be at number 1 unless they draft a guy. Even so, he'll probably still will be for a few years.
Yep, and they'll draft Elijah Surratt, and I'll cry.
Why? I think it'd be a great pick.
Yes.
I mean, I'd take him as a number 2. I'm still holding out hope they get Juwan Jennings, but it doesn't sound like that's going to happen.
Finally, you finally got in the litter box. I'm so proud of you.
Mike said, fun fact, when the Colts drafted Peyton Manning over Ryan Leaf, my know-it-all brother threw a fit saying they made a mistake and that Leaf was the better choice. I've never let him live that down. Well, he wasn't the only one who said that,
Yeah, he wasn't the only one. There was a lot of people
who
were
the consensus. Like, I'm so happy to be right in that regard for sure. Yeah, poor Ryan Leaf, man. That just never went the same.
Leaf never worked out.
Just did not have a chance.
Never worked out.
No, that's the way it goes.
Hey,
to wrap up this. Yeah.
Couldn't have that Kirk Cousins luck, I guess, to get signed somewhere else.
Yeah. Well, the last two things we're going to talk about before we switch over to Rumble here in the world of sports does kind of relate a little bit into politics. So we're going to kind of blend the two just a little bit here real quick. Donald Trump, last week, I believe, signed an executive order regulating college sports. Athletes will now have one free undergraduate transfer. So this is how Fox News broke down this new executive order here when it comes to kind of cleaning up the college sports world right here. So let's listen to what they have to say, and then you can give your opinion on it. So here you go.
President Trump just signing an executive order to regulate college sports. So you may be wondering what's in it and how, if at all, can it be enforced? Joined once again by Griff. And I just want to share something that I think is really important. First of all, and this is a big key, I think, it restricts the amount of money that student athletes can be paid. Some of them are making millions and millions of dollars now, thanks to NIL, name, likeness, name, image, and likeness.
Like the pro sports level.
Yeah, which is incredible. It also, Griff, sets a 5-year eligibility window for NCAA athletes, no more than 6th and 7th year trying to come back, even 8 years I've heard. And this is key too. It restricts athletes to just one transfer per 5-year period, but there's some controversy behind that.
Well, there's not controversy, and that's a good thing in theory. However, in situations like you saw my alma mater at Ole Miss, when Lane Kiffin had built the program, athletes had transferred to be a part of that team, leaves on the eve of competing in the national championship. Should those athletes, if your coach leaves in the portal, you're talking about reforming the portal, should they get one more transfer? I would argue the answer is yes. It also, by the way, pushes schools to prioritize women's in Olympic sports regardless of revenue.
That's huge.
That's a huge deal. Doesn't get enough attention. It calls on Congress to pass legislation like the SCORE Act. Remember, ultimately, an executive order at the executive level can only go so far. Congress has yet to vote on this, but there's bipartisan support in both the House and Senate. And then finally, the president is threatening withholding federal funding for schools that don't comply with this. We'll see where it goes. But Kevin, it's a really important issue for college sports, and it's long overdue to be reformed.
So, yeah, that's kind of what it's looking like here. Now, there's obviously going to be some people who think that maybe this is something that maybe the Trump administration or any administration doesn't necessarily need to, I guess you could say overstep their bound. I wouldn't call it that so much, but some people just feel like maybe the sports is one of those things, like it's not necessarily that big of an issue. Maybe there's other things to worry about. I get the argument, but at the same time, the changes that were implemented in this executive order, I do for the most part agree with. Like the guy said about the transfer portal, if like a coach leaves or something, I understand that one. Maybe you can tweak that a little bit at some point down the line. That'd be a good thing. But I think this constantly transferring into the portal, it should be limited to one for college career, as it were. I think that's fair. And if you do it twice, you have to be redshirted for a season. I think that is fair. Players getting paid NFL type money, that's outrageous in my opinion. Now I know Matt had some issues of they were gambling and stuff like that. I don't think this is necessarily talking about
I think
that.
It does.
But this also kind of curbs that whole aspect too, because now it will make it to where like the real money is going to be made on the professional level, as it should be. Like that's what you're striving for. When you get these guys who were playing in college for 5 or 6 years and then coming back and playing for another year, which is absurd. But the amount of money they would make and then coming back, that's where the gambling aspect comes in, because now they've made a lot of money already. Now they stand to make even more by either blowing games or undercutting certain scores, not really giving up games, but giving up players or even their play to that extent. So like now,
and that may be, I just didn't see it that way. The way I read it, it just felt like more of they're getting paid way more than maybe they should. Because if you're getting paid more in a college level than at some pro levels, that doesn't.
What's the point of going pro?
Yeah, at one point they didn't used to pay players at all in college.
No,
you know, like you couldn't even get
what
endorsement.
Caitlin Clark did.
What spurred
now.
What spurred that on was the college football game, because they needed their likenesses in order to put it in the game. Otherwise, you would have just got a bunch of no-name and number players. You could have made up fucking names and used them. So and not everybody signed up for that, by the way, but a lot of people did. So, but that's what spurred this whole thing on with the NIL and all stuff like that, because you need to use their names. But that brings in the advertisement and all these other influences for these college kids in order, you get what I'm saying? So this is where it gets tricky. So like, regulating that part of it, again, you're not trying to ruin these kids' lives, you're actually trying to fucking help them. So
they're all these fucking people see your dollar signs on them.
So I mean, I get, like I said, maybe sports is something that maybe not that important when it comes to the grand scheme of things, but it's also something if left unchecked, it can get out of control. I understand it, and I'm normally against more government regulations as a conservative, but at the same time, if there's like with the next thing we're about to get into here, if it is being done unethically or even illegally in this case with the DOJ is now officially investigating the NFL. It's an antitrust probe examining whether the NFL has used anti-competitive practices in its media, broadcasting, and streaming deals that harm consumers, mainly by spreading games across too many expensive, fragmented platforms, driving up costs for fans. This has been a problem forever.
Remember, I was bitching about that last season. I broke it down.
We had well, I should say she added it up here on the channel. So us as a group kind of brought this to the forefront too at the time about how if you got to have Netflix, Prime, NFL Network, Peacock, Fox, CBS, ESPN Plus, Paramount Plus, YouTube TV, or any sort of cable or streaming sub. And if you want every game, you just pay $480 a season for Sunday Ticket. I'm not doing that.
Wild. $480 for just a season of fucking football is crazy.
Well, you get every game from every team with Sunday Ticket. So,
Still,
but even so, like there has got to be a better way. And if the NFL is doing something illegally to where this now, if it's not illegal for them to say, okay, you can have a game, they're just maximizing their profits. That's fine. But if they're doing it unethically, where it's only meant to be greedy and hurting the consumer, there may be a case here where the DOJ goes, you can't do that.
If you think about it, Eric, look at this, like. 9, 15, cable or streaming. 8, cable or streaming. Like we talked about this before. WWE, remember the WWE Network? Like that whole app they had? Everything was there, and you paid one price.
$9.99.
I beat that.
$480 though is ridiculous just to have. And I get you can watch all these games, but if you add up all these other platforms. To watch the games that you want to watch, when you could watch Red Zone, sure, but like if you want to watch the games, like
you know what? Give me back the free deals I used to have. Those were fucking free, and I could watch whatever game I wanted to.
There are alternatives, as it were, on the dark webs, for sure.
But you shouldn't have to go to those means, and those means get cut off a lot of times because of that,
right?
Because it's not making that provider money or whatever. You get what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah. And especially if your team, luckily for me and you, our team is local. But if you're a team like Miranda's team, who is not local, you've got to pay that extra just to see them play each week. You might get lucky. They may be on prime time one week, but that's not going to happen every week. The Colts, where we live, will be on every week as long as they're like sold out or whatever. There may be a blackout rule there, but
which is also fucking stupid, by the way.
Which that's also stupid.
Yeah, it's to push tickets, but it's
that's just like
I'm paying. If I'm paying for a service to watch you, that's my ticket. That's my virtual fucking ticket. Like
basically,
So here's my statement to you, Eric. Okay.
Make it quick.
And I'm just wanting to get you. I'm just wanting you guys to take your temperature of the room.
Mm-hmm.
So, NFL is under investigation. Say they start holding out games because of this crap.
What do you mean holding out games? Like they're not going to air them?
Not going to play them. Period.
They ain't going to do that. It's too much money.
Okay, hold on. Let me finish.
I'm just saying they won't.
Let me finish.
That's fine, but they won't.
The NFL will not have games. The college is going to start getting investigated for gambling. What if they start holding out college games?
I'm telling you, it's not going to happen.
That's never going to happen. Those kids are never going to.
Major League Baseball is in a CBA next year. They're not going to have games.
That's different.
Major League Baseball is different. Like,
well, CBA has happened in the
do
NFL
away
once.
with sports in general.
Well, they're not. Well,
what's going to happen?
We'll have to go outside and touch grass. That's what's going to happen.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
And you know what? That might not be a bad thing.
No,
this could just be another attack on the establishment. You know, because you think about we laugh about it, but we're also kind of serious about how scripted the football games are, right? And there's somebody out there who's making trillions of dollars off of this because they finagled the way of making one team win and they bet all their money on it.
Yeah, I think they should do away with gambling on all of it. There's no way,
especially the players.
That I do not disagree with.
No, which is supposed to be illegal anyway. But
yeah,
again, cracking down and actually enforce it. It always comes down to enforcement.
Apparently,
you want to gamble, go to a
casino. On the
casino.
weather now, like you can gamble on anything. Yeah.
Yeah, you can probably on percentage of precipitation. You can probably gamble anything.
You can gamble on the weather.
I'm sure you can gamble on about anything, Matt.
Miranda, when I come over to your house, I have to find this.
Just look up. You can probably find gambling apps. I'm sure it's there.
Yeah, like
I mean, if you can gamble on a coin toss at a football game at Super Bowl, you can gamble.
I would not gamble on the weather in Indiana.
Yeah,
Aaron, says the one from Utah.
But think of the odds if you're right, Aaron.
I would not gamble Utah weather either. What was that, Miranda?
The odds, though, if you're right, you can be a millionaire.
Yeah, maybe so.
But but
snow, summer, and rain.
If one of these players in the NFL is like, okay, I got this much money against this, and I'm gonna fucking throw this game.
Yeah. Then that's the problem. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
especially
I don't trust
and luckily those who have been caught doing so have been suspended, fined, whatever. They need to be cut from the league altogether. That's what needs to happen. But I know when the Colts player got caught, he got cut. So yeah, consequences need to be the case for sure.
Emmanuel Class A has a lifetime ban from baseball because of it.
Mm-hmm. Now, again, if what the NFL is doing, like if they're allowed to do this legally, I got no problem with it, I guess. I don't like paying for it. But I have no problem also with everybody's going to say, well, Donald Trump's, targeting the NFL or whatever.
Maybe it's not.
That's not what he's doing.
But maybe there needs to be some type of regulation because none of this stuff existed until now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
this may not even have anything to do with Donald Trump to begin with.
This is the DOJ, supposedly, separate, right? According to Biden didn't go after his political opponents. The DOJ did, right?
Well, hopefully they listened to me bitch about it last year, and they're
well. And again, if
it is, never saw Biden.
But if it is, even if it is legal, I have no problem with the DOJ investigating to make sure that it is. Okay.
Yeah.
So those of you freaking out, it's fine as long as they look at it, it's like, okay, you're on the up and up. We're good. We just want to make sure. But they may
be doing something wrong.
Right. So
but
we
at
need
the
at least
same time, like to sit here and try to justify for entertainment purposes something you want to see. I get it. If you want entertainment, you have to pay for it. But there's a fine line between paying for entertainment and then fucking paying for fucking nonsense. Like I'm not going to spend a paycheck to watch something that's supposed to take my mind off of everything else. Something that I want to be entertained.
Yeah. Well, not only that, a lot of times these games don't always live up to the hype either.
Thursday night games suck.
Yeah, a lot of times. Yeah, sometimes it does. So yeah, cover up on the chats here, and then we'll move on to the politics thing. Mike said, "Just costs too much money to watch a scripted sport like football." Fair.
Yeah.
I mean, for sure. Back in the day, you couldn't watch your local team if they didn't sell out. For years, I only got to see Colts road games because they sucked that bad. Yeah. Back then, if you're if you're the Jets right now, you're probably not watching many local games on your local networks. You probably got to find out.
First of all, I wouldn't want to air that shit anyway. I'm like, I'm not putting this shit on my TV.
Fair enough. And he said, I gambled and won $100 once from some sap that failed to save his PTO and get perfect attendance at work. Also me. Yeah.
I think I've gambled one time and made money and then immediately lost it.
I think I'm learning that Mike has a vendetta against you, Eric.
He likes to.
And I really like it.
He likes to take the faux pas I've had in my past and never let them go.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
It's a character.
I don't like to spend money.
I take it in stride.
I approve.
I don't like to spend money unfrivolous, like for no reason. So, like, again, if I want to watch something or I want to have something that's going to entertain me, I'll have no issue paying for it. But the problem comes in to where I have to pay for multiple things just to watch the one thing that I want to see. And I get what you say, but like, you get every game with this certain thing, fine. But $480 as a price tag for something where you literally, it's an app that I have to then either have another subscription for some other platform to fucking access.
Yeah.
So I just canceled my Comcast today.
More money. You get what I'm saying?
For different
like,
reasons, Matt.
Yeah,
I won't put it out there, but
it's like you're perfect example. It's the same thing with TKO right now with
WrestleMania or just tickets in general,
pay-per-views and shit. Like, why? How is it? And maybe it's because your rosters, you have over 100 some fucking people on your roster. And I'm not saying I don't want to see any of these guys get paid. No, because I do. This is your job, this is how you make money, make your money. But at the same time, I'm paying an exorbitant amount. I don't get paid what you get paid.
No, definitely
to attend these fucking things.
Yeah, there's just people just need to understand that if you want to make money, you're going to have to lower it because we just can't afford this stuff all the time.
And I'm not even going,
but it just can't be. It can't be a constant.
But the flip side to that is, if I'm paying to go to a show, I'm going to the show. I'm paying to sit in my house to watch fucking football. I'm not going to the stadium. Why am I getting ticket prices to like? You get what I'm saying?
That's for sure. Yeah, that's about that 408. That's you might pay a little more than that for a good seat, but you're right. It's insane.
And that's
but one game.
But if I'm paying, that's also fucking insane. But still, but you get my point. Like I'm not saying like I'm not willing to pay for the service. I get that.
That's price gouging.
But
fucking, and it seems like everybody's doing it. That's the biggest one. So that's why I have no problem with them looking at it.
But that's why when I say they don't care about you, that's what I mean. So Trump's coming back and he's going to try to fix some of it. But you know what? Fuck it. I don't. Maybe it's too broke to even fix.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. But we're going to talk a bit about that in just a minute. Mike said, I'm going to hit the sack, guys, as I know these brats. I mean, lovely children are going to wake my dumb butt up in a few hours. Good night. God bless, and hope to watch you again next week. Yeah, we should have another show next week as long as everybody's ready to do so. We'll be back next week for episode number 88. So for those of you who are watching this on YouTube and Facebook, we're about to say adieu, as Kitty Omega would say, and we're going to jump over to our Rumble and X exclusive news and politics segment. And Slara, she types in another one here. Every freaking service is almost $15 or more. Oh, yeah, if definitely for sure. I mean, that's. Yeah, and then Netflix keeps going up and up and up too, for sure. They just announced a price increase a couple weeks ago. So, yeah. But anyway, like I said, if you're watching this on Rumble and X, stay tuned. We're going to have about a brief 3-minute intermission. We're going to get ready for our news and politics. Y'all or YouTube and Facebook. We'll see you guys next week for episode number 88. So, for those of you who are sticking around on Rumble, we'll see you guys in a few minutes. So, see you then. Here, hold on just a second. Be right back.